What is up, everybody? Okay, so yeah, Saber Wars time. And yeah, they've done all kinds of things in reruns before. I don't know what people are smoking. They've done buffs and animation updates in reruns before. Anyway, so yeah, Calamity Jane rolls went really bad. Like really bad. It took 700 SQ to get one copy of Calamity Jane. The only reason I'm not completely out of my mind right now is because I got Karna, so that was nice. But then I immediately remembered Karna's mats are the worst ever, and then you know, it feels bad again. But yeah, so I got it was pretty lame. I just got like minerals like crazy, and then I got Yan, and then I got Zerker Lot, I got Suzuka Goes in, I got Ishtar twice, I got Karna, and yeah, 700 fucking SQ to get one 4-star. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And the only reason I even bothered is because I don't think she's ever going to get another rate up again. And if she does, I mean, maybe way down the line. But guys, you don't have to say the same thing 80 fucking times. God. Well, no Orion for this one. Good dessert, by the way. Most games don't have safety nets for 4 stars anyway. But yeah, this event is fucking boring, but it does have some good rewards in it, so... I mean, I still have well over 1,000 SQ, but if I could go back in time, I would not do that again. It's just, you know, after I was like 300 SQ in, I'm like, I want to at least get one copy. It normally doesn't take 700 SQ to get a rate up 4-star, but yeah, I like people saying they've never done animation updates reruns before. I mean, they did Jack, they've done all kinds of ones. They've done buff, like, it's not rare for them to, because honestly, a lot of times they try to do something to spice up a rerun, so people are a little bit like, oh, hey, that's the thing, right? I'd actually say rarely do they have reruns where they do nothing, right? Where they just completely copy and paste it. And with this one, at least they buffed Sitting Master, so I guess there was that, but they did not do much. They buffed Mordred and then they gave Jack an animation. But, yeah, one of these days Ushi's gonna get an animation update. Oh my god, I'm so tired though. This is like the 3rd time where I've tried to get a 4-star and I've gotten the 5-star twice instead. Like, you know, I got Summer Kiara twice, and I got Kimiko twice, and I got Ishtar twice before I got the fucking rated a 4-star. It's like, what the fuck? And I don't like any of those 5 stars at all. I'm never going to level a single one of them. I dislike all of them. It's just like, what the fuck? Although I wouldn't say I really dislike Kimiko, but I'm never going to level her. She's kind of whatever. Like, and whenever a 5-star comes around that I actually want, you know, that ain't gonna happen, so... Yeah, it's true, rare prisms are good, but... Although my main account hasn't needed rare prisms in a long time. It's not success when you don't want the thing, and it's also not very good, and you don't need it. And you're not even gonna level it. That would be failure. Hey man, if I could trade Himiko, Kiara, and Ishtar for, you know, some of that SQ back, like even half of it, I would do that. Easily. Oh yeah, Ushi's not in arcade, is she? That's actually kind of random. Failed successfully, that would be the way. Hey Bunny, thank you for the resub. You know what I don't really get? I mean, I haven't been feeling well in months, by the way, so it's not like it's anything new. But what I don't really get is last night I had massive breathing problems. Also, good job, David. But I had massive breathing problems, and I woke up like constantly. And for some reason, I feel slightly better today than I did yesterday, which I don't really get that. Like on paper, I should feel really bad right now, and I certainly don't feel like a spring chicken. But I don't. Somehow I feel better today. I think we're gonna get Ushi with Valentine's Day. Like, I don't see, it's just like, they didn't wait that long to add Odysseus after Lost Belt 5. They're gonna, like, they're not gonna show a character like that, because unlike Odysseus, she actually had a battle sprite and skill animations and MP animation and all that. You know, she's probably like 90% done, if not just done. And so you want to, you know, strike while the iron is hot, right? There's just no reason not to raise her up. I really wish Billy had gotten an animation update. That would have made me very happy. So I will say the command codes in this event are good, but they're not like must-haves. They're all totally fine. Well, the Arctic is must-haves if you want to do burn setups, because there's a burn command code in this one. But like the Ishtar one is really good. 25% crit damage on Buster cards. That's massive. That is such a large amount of damage, right? If you're doing like a crit setup, that's a really big deal. But there's a lot of comparable command codes to it. There's a 20%, you know, Buster crit one. There's just generic crit ones and all kinds of things. So it's not like one of those command. Okay, game, can you, like, do we not have to do this one at a time? Jesus. Anyway, it's not like one of those command codes that's gonna like totally revolutionize your gameplay or anything. It's not like, oh hey, this boss does X and I really need to be able to counter X, right? It's like, it's just, hey, it's generic damage. Dude, I remember, I think it was like Fate Zero rerun or something. There was a spree where it unlocked a bunch of missions and I'd already beaten all of them, and those all unlocked more missions and I'd already beaten a lot of those, and I was just in that menu for so long. Now you fight Billy sometime soon, but I don't think it's yet. Hey, Arjuna. I mean, I don't think Yagi really needed a buff, but I mean, it's not like it made him, it's like reasonable, right? It just makes him a really good 4-star now. It is kind of broken though. They're not really following their own logic, although there's been times that they've broken this logic in the past, like with Ku, for example. But generally, they don't give evades for 5-turn cooldowns unless there's a catch, right? They generally will have a 5-turn survivability skill if like there's RNG on the other stuff, like, you know, Scath and 100 Face have RNG on it and whatnot. But his is just a 5-turn cooldown with a raw benefit, no RNG, no drawback. Now, there's a few other ones like that, like protection from arrows and stuff. But you know what? I think when they first made protection from arrows, like day one, they had no idea what they were doing. Like, and they've said that they literally had no idea what they were doing day one. I think they thought protection from arrows was like a side grade and maybe even kind of a downgrade to a regular evade. Right, because it's only, you know, which is so dumb, right? But like, I don't think they really did the math on that one, right? And because it, like, oh man, but what if you get hit 4 times in a turn when the enemy only has 3 actions in a turn, right? But I guess on the other end, like for players, you can attack 4 times because of an extra attack. But yeah, I don't think they thought that one through. But generally, they don't make 5-turn hard survival skills unless there's a catch. But now he's got one, and there's no catch. Everyone's focusing on the crit buff. Fuck the crit buff. Like, that's nice, sure, but what's really good is the lower cooldown on his evade. And the reason that's so good, and I've talked about this before, like, one of the most broken things on units is when they've got a 5-turn hard survival skill, like invulnerability or evade, and then they have something else in their kit to kind of like play off of it, like some other form of survival. Like 100 Face has got a very short heal, and the short evade, right? And those kind of combo off each other and give you just an exponential amount of survivability. And Ku's got heal, guts, and short cooldown. And then Scat's got the short cooldown evade and then a stun, which is essentially another turn of survivability. Where is the Orion here? Is he? Oh, there we go. Jesus, K-scope. But yeah, so Sitting Master's got the short evade now, and then multiple attack downs, and rather large attack downs. So between those two things now, he's going to live quite a while. Like, that one turn is going to add up to 1 or 2 turns of survivability in, like, Last Man Standing or solo, or even in team play. Like, 100 Face in team play can live so long because you just repeat. She's not getting attacked every turn, and then her 2 shorter cooldown survival things just really add up. Yeah, I'm glad Lost was able to upgrade Orion there. Dude, Jesus. Fucking, Calamity Jane. And I gotta stress this, you know. Calamity Jane's voice actress is fine, her character is fine, and her gameplay is really fun. She's got some of the more fun gameplay of a unit, in my opinion. But I do not care for her design at all. And it's just like, did I really need to spend 700 SQ for 1 copy? God, you know, and it's like, if she ever got, you know, a costume, then it might be worth it. But she's never getting a costume. Let's be real about this. I really hope Billy gets an animation update someday. Maybe Saber Wars 3, you know. I mean, I don't really ever stream rolling on the main account anymore, and I had a long conversation about that a while ago, and I stand by that decision so much. Like, there's 1,000,001 reasons why I don't like streaming my main account rolls anymore. Because, like, one, you have shit like today where it's really annoying. I don't want to be streaming for that. And then when you, like, when you advertise that you're rolling and stuff, you attract a certain crowd that I don't want to attract, right? And then also, chat will always, and I mean always, be on the dark side where they will incentivize streamer to do things they should not do, right? Like, you know, oh, just keep rolling for hit, right? And, you know, I don't want the peanut gallery when I'm trying to make decisions for my main account. So, yeah, I overwhelmingly prefer not streaming my main account. Because, like I said, when I have really bad luck, like I've had the last 3 times I've rolled, I don't want to deal with the peanut gallery. I really don't. Because I actually give a fuck about what happens on my main account. And then, again, I don't want to attract those kinds of people that, like, look for rolling streams and stuff. I don't necessarily think rolling streams are boring, though. It really, like, I think they're boring if you're not invested in the streamer in any way. Like, when Cairo streams his rolls, I care and I'm interested. I want to see what he gets because, you know, I like Cairo and I like following, you know, his account and see what he's going to be using in the future. Oh, he got this unit, so that means he'll be using that in the future. You know, so I care about that, right? So that I understand. I do not understand the whole, like, I don't even know who this guy is and I don't care about his content, but I'm going to watch him stream his rolls just because I want to see, you know, RNG in play, I guess, right? Like, I don't really get that. Like, that's pretty weird to me. But in terms of, like, if you follow somebody and you want to see what they get, you know, that makes sense. Like, that's not weird at all. I think that's actually pretty normal. Like, if Rex, you know, streamed and was rolling, I would watch that, right? That's only because I know who the fuck Rex is and I actually care about what he gets on his account, right? Yeah, I don't mind streaming my ults because I don't give a fuck about my ults, ultimately. It's not that big of a deal. I just found every time because I used to stream my main rolls, you know, y'all remember, but I found it was every time I did it, I either felt pressured into doing things I didn't want to do, or I just didn't enjoy it. And then a lot of times I get like a bunch of viewers that normally wouldn't even be on my channel, and I didn't want that, right? So I'm way happier not doing it. Also, this is selfish as fuck, but this is a huge part of it, is because a lot of times I'm able to, like, this is less relevant now, but it was definitely relevant a while ago, before I was, like, you know, living off streaming and YouTube, but it's still a thing now. Like, a lot of times I'll wake up, I can't stream when I wake up, I gotta eat breakfast, I'm gonna do, like, a wash load, you know, clean or take a shower, you know, there's just, you know, real life stuff that, you know, you gotta do, but, you know, I can roll real quick. So let's say, for example, let's say Lost Belt 6 comes out in like 6 months from now, right? And Miracle They add the Green Knight. This isn't going to happen. But let's say, you know, 6 months from now, Green Knight gets added. Whenever I wake up, I'm going to roll, right? I'm not going to put all the Green Knights out. Let me wait a few hours until I can stream. Like, fuck y'all. I'm just going to roll now. You know, fuck that. Cause yeah, I can't wake up and start streaming. That's irresponsible, right? I got other things I got to do first. But yeah, I'm not waiting around for that nonsense. Now, obviously, if I don't care about the unit as much as Green Knight, then yeah, maybe I could, you know, wait a while. I wouldn't really care. But then all the other reasons still apply, right? So, okay, time to just absolutely blow one of them up here. Good thing we have guts. But I think a lot of people, they wouldn't even think about that angle, but I think they can actually relate to that. Like, yeah, you might be eating breakfast, right? And you can do your rolls, right? Like, if you're super excited to get somebody, right? You're not gonna wait 3 hours to roll. Like, you're not gonna fucking do that. By the way, we only have 1 crit, but that's probably enough to kill Calamity Jane here. Although, you know, obviously we can kill the other one, but only have 1 guaranteed crit. Okay, well, she's already dead. And then she's dead 2 more times. Well, I think Orion's kind of good. By the way, I like how we have 1 NP buff. Just 1. We didn't double, we just have 1, and he's doing that much damage, right? Like, that is disgusting, man. Like, watch this 3rd place card. Watch this shit. We have 1 NP buff right now, and we're not counterclassing. And we don't even, you know, we don't have as many buffs from before, right? Like our skill buffs, guys. Still do that much damage, right? Just casually, you know, so little investment and 127,000, right? Like, yep, reasonable. And thank God, though, there is some degree of balance with him, in that he doesn't have that much survivability. He has some, but he does. You know, imagine if he had guts and like a 5-turn evade, right? Can you, like, yeah, imagine him like actually living a long time without needing help, right? Like, that would be so stupid. Trying to see when we run into Billy. I don't want to miss him shooting Ishtar in the face. I think that's the next chapter. Also, I don't remember. Do you see the unknown gunslinger before the ending? I know you see her in the very last cutscene of the event, but I think you see her before that at some point, like just chilling or something. I don't really remember though. But I know she never speaks throughout all of Saber Wars 2. She never says a damn word. All right, this is clearly not Billy because Billy is not a. Okay, you know what? One more time, because now we're fighting Sabers. Like you know, gotta really show off the damage here. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, like I said, I don't feel amazing today, but I definitely feel better today than I did yesterday. I should not have streamed yesterday. Like, it was, I could barely even read chat, man. It was fucked up. Yeah, I know in the very end, you see her with Billy at the very end. But, I'm trying to, I think you see her before that, but I may be crazy. For Yakuza now. Oh, guys, there's one more guy off screen, right? There's 4 of them. Oh no. I kind of want to just NP right now because we have flat or K-scope. Let's do it. Let's see. We have no crits, but we'll go ahead and get that out. But honestly, until I see a doctor and, you know, get this sorted, yeah, it's gonna be up and down for a while. Oh, we're in slow-mo right now, aren't we? Yeah. I'm assuming you're asking, should you make a JP account if you have an NA account? And ultimately, it just depends. Do you want 2 accounts? You know, do you want to... Like, for me, JP is the by far superior experience because like I want to when new units come out, I want to be able to use them, right? When new story comes out, I want to be able to see them. I don't have to wait 2 years, you know. And when they add new systems like command codes, right? I want to be able to use the new system, right? And because they may add, it's not like command codes is the last new thing they're ever going to add. They're probably going to add other new. I like how George didn't die. But yeah, I like being at the forefront of content and seeing the new stuff and getting to test it for myself and play it for myself, not use it 2 years after the fact or after it's already been, you know, used to death, right? But you know, I also like this game mostly for boss fight. Okay, guys. Trying to show off Orion damage. Could you, like, I don't know, kill a level 1 taunt, right? Like, could we do that, please? But Jesus God, fucking enemies sometimes, dude, can't even figure out how to swing a fucking pipe. Anyway, you know, but if you only play FGO because of the story, then maybe you should just play an A, right? Although I guess you can still see the story on JP and then like look at the translations. That really isn't not that hard to do that. But if you just like the story and that's that, you don't care about being 2 years behind and everything, then yeah, just play an A, no worries. But yeah, if you like being the forefront of things, I think JP's awesome, right? It's nice getting to see the new stuff all the time and experience it, you know, good or bad, right? Being on the forefront of terror. And I think I've always said, if you're gonna have 2 accounts, if you have one that's JP and one that's NA, that's pretty easy to manage. And you just pick one as your main, and if there's ever a conflict, you just, you know, it's really not that big of a deal if your ult account misses out on something, right? Like, oh no, I missed out on a event on my ult account. Who cares, right? It's no different than never having the account in the first place. And a lot of times the events aren't going on at the exact same time on the 2 versions, so it's not a big deal. But I always say more than 2 accounts and you might start running into some problems. So I like how we're pretty much gonna have killed everything and our taunts haven't even died and we never got access to like a big turn. Feels bad, man. I was hoping that would crit because then I could at least MP again. Yeah, early FGO is an atrocity. Like, I really stand by this. Some people act like this is not a fair criticism, but I think this is beyond a fair criticism. I think current FGO has a lot of problems, right? And I think it has a lot of good stuff too. You know, the boss design's, you know, good, the music's good, the voice acting's good, so on and so forth. But, you know, it has a lot of fucking problems. But Jesus Christ, compared to its original incarnation, it is significantly better. Okay, just for the fun of it, I want to not kill this guy. I want to do a Buster Chain next turn. So we're gonna do our best to keep this guy alive here and not, watch him double crit here with 10%. The thing is, even 2 lotteries is not hard. I did like 5 lotteries this last lottery, right? Because I had NA and JP and a lot of different ult accounts and stuff. You just don't try to open 100 boxes on every fucking account, right? If you have 2 accounts, that's not that bad, right? 3 accounts, that's pretty bad. 4 accounts, it's insanely bad. But like, if you just have 2 accounts, you know, just, because here's the thing, if one is an ult account, you don't need to open that many it's a fucking ult account, right? Like you can literally open 10 boxes on an ult account and that's it, right? Maybe you open 15. Oh man, you know, look at you being a daredevil here, right? So your ult account, you open 10, 15. That's nothing, right? You can do that with your generic AP every day. That's literally nothing, right? And then you open your 20, 30, 40, 50 or whatever on your main, right? So it's not that big of a deal. Now, if you're trying to open 100 boxes on each account, then that's a personal problem at that point. We can't crit miss because I'm putting all my eggs in one basket, so, you know, 64 stars. It's a little bit. Okay. This guy is very dead. Shame we couldn't do the double NP, but... Like, okay. Yeah, he's a little dead! Like, we just killed his whole family. Jesus. Like, we just did over 1 million damage there. That's, very, very good. And then you have the sad part where the enemy just had like 100k break bar, and so you only did 100k. It's like, yeah, that feels great. That's where you do the, like, a buster, then quick art or something, right? And you try to build up for the next one. I'm glad Lost got in P3 though. I'm looking because it matters when you do stuff like that, but it super matters when you do double NP, right? And there's plenty of times with Orion where that's where you go for. I just spilled, not a lot, but some water on my phone, so I gotta dry that off here, but thankfully it was not that much, but good job me here. Alright, I think we're good. Nothing got in like the buttons or anything, it was just a little bit on the screen there. Anyway, yeah, hopefully we can at some point do some hard content with him and try to get a double NP off and see what happens. Phone needs to drink too? No, it does not. That's how you put a phone in an early grave right there. That was the most insane sound effect. Like the beginning of that was so not. Like, it turned into a pretty normal door opening, like, crack sound there, but that beginning of that sounded so weird to me. It sounded like fucking sirens or something. Man, where the hell is Billy? I know he's in here somewhere. Like, I hope I'm not the only one. Like, that really sounded insane to me. Hey, Saber Nero. Freaking space Ishtar, man. I'm so pissed I got her twice, dude. That is just stupid. Like, at least I got, you know, Karna Spook. Like, I'll take that, but, God, I'd rather have gotten Karna twice, honestly. I'm actually kind of sad because I'm not going to feel like it's worth, like, really busting my ass to, like, upgrade Karna's skills and stuff until I get him MP2. So, that kind of sucks. But hey, you got to get him MP1 to sometime get him MP2 down the road, so... Because Karna is awesome, dude. He's like one of my favorite characters anyway. And I always say this. I think he has the best animations in the game. Like, his animations are so good. Okay, literally nothing is happening in this cutscene. He needs bones, proofs, your soul. Somehow my playlist keeps like just turning itself off. It's like I don't want to play music anymore. Oh, hold on, we gotta beat some missions, I think, to continue here. Okay, I think you fight Billy in this chapter. I'm glad they actually got his voice actor to do all that stuff. I wish they had added a version of him. That would have been nice. And they got Kaneth's voice actor. Does he voice anyone else in the game? I don't think he does. So I think they only got him just for that, like the F-Zero shop and stuff. No, maybe he does voice someone. I can't quite remember. I didn't say it. It's not the same if I don't say CE after, because like it's literally just a character's name. Don't you all start with that shit. Dude, his voice actor kills it though. That was way after. Don't you bring that shit in here. Okay, well this is still not Billy. Let's see. What do we want to use here? These actually drop mats. I should really bring someone with an event CE to just... They only drop like bronze mats. You know what? Let's use Billy and then just cry at the fact that Billy doesn't have an animation update. We'll give him... Oh my god, though. I got so many CEs trying to get one copy of Calamity Jane. Dear god, dude. So like, my main account is going to have no problem with the farming side of this event. Dear god. I don't really want to use Sitting Master until we actually have something like worth fighting. Otherwise, you're not even going to show off, you know, anything new about him, right? Because the shorter cooldown on the evade is like going to really add up when you're finding a real boss and that kind of thing. If I play my main account later, we should like use them in it's like what was it, Cleopatra or whatever in the CCC event, something like that. I'm assuming this stage is like a nothing burger, so I should just bring a team here. Didn't somebody want Sanson me, but they did it too soon, so they got it in a whisper instead of a, which doesn't count, right? It's not real. I've only, as far as I remember, I've only ever been Sansoned once, and to this day, I have no idea how it happened, because I was in the dashboard, and as far as I'm aware, you cannot be Sansoned in the dashboard, and I remember it was the first time I played Ninja Gaiden Black several years ago, and yeah, I just randomly got Sansoned. I was like, what the fuck, man? And it's never happened again, so. He's always been gunning for it for a while. Man, I'm so glad I gave Arash a single Grail in my main. I just gave one Grail, it gives him 10 levels, totally worth it. Imagine doing that to just random thugs in a cave. Like, what are we doing here? Good use of resource there. Yeah, Sanson got a command spell or something. No starting NP on Billy, man. Man, no animation update. Maybe Saber Wars 3 though, like I said, that could happen. But I kind of figure he'll be in it again. If they do Saber Wars 3, which they might not, honestly. You know what sucks? I don't think we're, in terms of like looking up the app, what do you call it, the profit that like is posted by Apple and Android and everything, like the top grossing apps and stuff. We're not gonna be able to use that to judge like how well Saber Wars does, the rerun, compared to the original, because the original did very bad. But we're not going to be able to compare the next one. And you might say, why is that? And it's because Muramasa came out at the same time, and they're going to be in the same app earning period. So that's going to skew the data a little bit. Call me crazy, but there's basically no way to know how well this band is going to do then, ultimately. Billy's more popular than Sanson, though. Okay. Although he's not that popular in Japan, though, but he's still more popular than Sanson is. And you know, they've updated plenty of people that aren't popular when they are irrelevant, so I think it's no guarantee that you get an animation update in Saber Wars 3. But it's certainly possible. Just like how Spartacus got updated, you know, in Lost Belt 1 and shit like that. I mean Lost Belt 3, excuse me. Dude, this really pushes me to like my wit's end right now. Like I was talking about this yesterday, but it's like, because of the, you know, sleeping problems I'm having, I mix up my words a lot, right? Like I'll say, you know, one servant instead of another when they're both kind of relevant, but I'm just like, it's not like I actually forget, and my brain just flips them around and stuff. And like right there, same thing. I know Spartacus didn't get it in Lost Belt 1, but I just say Lost Belt 1, right? And then you have to deal with like 80 people in chat trying to be Sherlock Holmes and correct you all the time, and it's just like, really? It gets really fucking annoying. Okay, I guess you don't fight Billy this chapter. I thought you might. Surely it's the next one. Cause yeah, Billy's an archer, or is he a Saber for some bullshit reason here? Well, maybe because I know you have to solo it with Ishtar, so maybe this is Billy. Why is he a fucking Saber? That's stupid. Like, isn't he named like Blade Billy the Flash instead, or something like that, instead of Billy the Kid or whatever? There's some bullshit like that. It's basically some nonsense to make sure Saber Wars is still Saber Wars. That's so dumb, by the way, because it's not like they changed his animations, right? He still just shoots his gun, and he still has, like, in lore, in the event, he still has, like, the same NP and everything else, so I don't really get it. Like, maybe they changed the name. Why did I just bring default against a boss that has sure hit? That was not the smartest thing that I've ever done. Look at that face. How could anyone hate that face? Pretty sure it happens after the battle. Oh yeah, she's got an event bonus. Isn't hers 100%? So she's like double counterclassing. It's like, yeah, I think you can do enough damage there, champ. Wait, did I just miss it? I wasn't paying attention. Oh fuck, did I just miss it? I swear it happens after the battle. I mean, we did just heal her, but like, did I seriously just miss it? I might have to reset the stage because I think I just missed it. I don't think that was it. I don't know why we just used a command spell on her. Like, I was looking at chat, but I don't think they were even fighting. Use another CS to kill Ishtar. Did he just shoot her right there? I don't think he did. Yeah, he shot her so fast we didn't even see it. Was anyone paying attention there? Because we literally just in the story used a command spell on her. Like, I don't understand. Maybe she was hurt before the battle and you heal her there to, you know, get her, you know, up to snuff for the fight, I guess. Yeah, I don't think that was it. I don't know, maybe she tripped and hit her head there. I don't know. Because they were fighting at the start, so maybe she should. Hold on, I'm gonna reset. I want better context here. Like, I'm pretty sure it happens again later, because that surely was not his NP. There's a part later where it's like more fancy, and they like actually have it play out like it, you know, like how his NP actually works, which is kind of cool. And I'm pretty sure that was not that. Okay, now we're gonna cheat, and I actually think we might have lost with this if you get unlucky, because if he quick charges, he'll double NP. So that first NP he does on turn 1, you have to use her invulnerability. And if his AI is just like, I'm gonna quick charge a bunch, we would have just died. So we're gonna be bitches here and make sure we don't lose. I guess they're already fighting right there, like they're shooting shit at each other. Well, she just missed. Oh no, I think that is it. Because yeah, he can like dodge anything with his NP. But I'm pretty sure she just got NP'd in the face there. Because she tried to attack him, it, you know, it misses, that's what his NP does. And then his NP is like, you know, it just instantly goes off and just shot her in the face. And then we run everything by using a command spell, man. I'd like to point out though, that might have just been like his regular shot, because he can do like triple shot without doing his NP, so that might have just been that. I'm not really sure. I have to see the translation. Alright. Let's see. I kind of want to use my skills early because we have Atlas. Trying to remember what her cooldowns are. I think they're fairly short. They are, yeah, 5, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much what you want to see with Atlas. Not really a good time though. Do my second skill. Fuck it, we'll do it anyway. Well, we missed the we missed the art up, so I think we'll go with Buster. No, we'll go Quick. Quick does slightly more damage, so. Actually, it's fairly noticeable with her, the difference between like Buster and Quick. Like, the difference between Quick and Art is not very big, and the difference between Art and Buster is not very big, but the difference between Buster and Quick is somewhat noticeable. So basically, need to break his first health bar with normal cards. Why do we have 2 event bonuses right now? Like you can see on her bar, she has 2 damage ups. Did they give her an event CE? I guess that's what it is. I think he quick charged again, but he already had his MP, so didn't work. Oh, I see how it is. No, yeah, it's really good. I did not bring default, by the way. She could probably face tank 1 NP, because I bet you he doesn't have that high of an attack stat here. But yeah, no, it was really good that I did not bring default. We absolutely could have died. Like, Jesus. Billy, please. Just crit forehead. Oh. I remember this now. Surely we can face tank 1, right? Uh-oh. No, actually we can't. I'm a bring guts now. God damn it, Billy! So, the way to, if you don't have a guts MC, the way to beat that is you don't break his first health bar so quickly, because he doesn't do pierce and vulnerability in the first health bar. So you face tank in the first health bar, right, when you can use your survivability stuff there, and you just get your NP. Because you'll one-shot him, oh god, no, don't click that. You'll one-shot him if you have your NP. So you just take 2 seconds, take 2 seconds to get your NP on the first health bar, and then just, so you can absolutely win this if you do not have Anniversary Blonde, like, no problem. But we're gonna be, oh yeah, she does, no wonder she's doing so much damage. She does have she's a bonus servant, and she has an event CE. That is funny though, if you go all gas, and you break his first health bar on turn 1 like that, you're pretty likely to actually die. Like you're pretty likely to lose. I actually like that. That's funny. I wonder what they named that skill. I would love to know what they named that skill. That gave him Pierce One ability there. Okay, so again, if you don't have, what is wrong with my my music right now, man? It's like not working. Anyway, yeah, don't break the health bar turn 1. But because I have guts, I'm going to be greedy, and I'm still going to try to break the health bar turn 1. I like how she didn't land. I'm gonna do Buster this time because of the missing code. She didn't land the art up again. But yeah, do like, full NT game combo right there and you're good to go. I might be able to win next turn with crits, actually. Wonder what that text right there says. Can I win right now without my NP? Let's find out. Even if I don't, we'll certainly win with the NP next turn, so might as well. Look at all these damage bonuses. And then not critting. I think she's got it. Oh, no. No, we did not get it.
予言するよ。このサンダラーで眉間に3発。それで終わり。ホーグなんて撃たせないでよ。
Very lucky on that one. Imagine if he had cast guts there. Although we couldn't like attack and be attacked, but still. Yeah, we'll do a weird combo. I don't think he can cast evade. Cheating, by the way. At least Billy survives. I see. Can we have a master on Billy's side? Give him a command spell. Can we do that? Rare Prism. That's my favorite Space Star stage. I really dislike her like super spacey one. It's just weird. I don't really care for it. But I don't really care for any of her stages. Like, at least her gun isn't a giant foam finger like Calamity Jane, so I'll at least say that. But then why does it look so like cliche old sci-fi, right? Which I guess is what they're going for, which, you know, fair enough. But not really a fan. Yeah, it's funny. She's not Ishtar or Rin. The extra universe. What am I saying? The servant universe is very dumb, and yet she's basically like some other kid that you know, gets like taken in by Tokiomi or something, and she just happens to look like Rin, and he names her Ishtar. But she's not Rin, and she's not even Ishtar. She has nothing to do with Ishtar. She just gets named that. Like, it's really dumb. It's a lot of like contrivance to kind of just, you know, keep with the shtick they had going with Rin, I suppose, and Ishtar. Okay, excuse me. Might just summon Billy again to get the bonus drops, because a lot of these story stages do drop bronze and silver mats. They don't always, but... Yeah, I don't like the servant universe. It's dumb. It's just it's kind of an excuse for them to just do stupid shit. Which, that's what they want to do. That's fine. But I don't enjoy what almost anything they ever do with it. It's normally kind of just boring to me, honestly. Yeah, it could have been cool, but, you know, like having a side universe that's not connected to anything, and so you can kind of just do whatever you want. And that's what Redline is too. But like Redline, they used it better, right? Like because Redline's not connected to anything else and they're kind of free to do whatever they want. They still made a serious story out of it that's different, but like still good, right? Where the servant universe is just like a gag that gets old really fast, and it just it's a never-ending gag. It's like, okay. And like you can definitely, by all, like, look, compare it to, here's a good example, because it's another like, you know, side universe, Carnival Phantasm. It's aimed to be comedy. There's nothing wrong with comedy. I actually respect comedy a lot, and comedy's very hard to do. But Carnival Phantasm is actual comedy, right? Where the Servant universe is like a bad gag that they decided to expand into a whole universe. It was like a joke that they expanded into a whole universe instead of its own universe that has jokes within it, right? Because Carnival Phantasm has a lot of ammo, if you will, right? It's more than just a one-note gag. But, you know, if we get Saber Wars 3, I suspect that'll be the end of it. I don't think they'll do any more past that. I think they will at least do 3, because I think they had planned a lot of stuff for 3, and I doubt they're going to want to throw that away, even though 2 was not very well received. But who knows, maybe the rerun will be better received, because it doesn't have the whole "you murdered Halloween" attachment that the other one had. But I don't think it's the characters have been that appealing to people overall. That's not the Arthur's fault, though. That's literally not their fault. Like, they were literally told, you know, like, you know, what the premise of, like, Redline was going to be. They don't have a choice. It's not up to them to add, like, you know, Lancelot into Redline, right? Like, they don't get the option to do that. Because, you know, they're having to work with Type Moon and then the original creator of, was it Coho Ace or whatever, to make Redline. So they're not free to do whatever they want. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having a new, like, and I agree that it's fun to see new characters interact with old characters and vice versa and everything, but I don't mind if a new book comes out or a new anime comes out or a new visual novel comes out or whatever, and it's all new characters and it's a pretty self-contained story. That's fine, right? And like Redline is pretty much its own universe and everything as well. Like it's fine. That doesn't bother me. And yeah, I wouldn't want that to be every story they ever make. But it's not every story they ever make, so it's okay, right? You can have both, so. The Saber Wars 1, though, was back when the game, everything was shit, right? Like, that's back when, like, the game in general just didn't have its shit together and wasn't taken very seriously and stuff. But even Saber Wars 1, though, at least it doesn't, like, overstay its welcome, if that makes any sense, right? It kind of just, it's a little event, you know, with the joke, and then that's that. Where Saber Wars 2 tried to make it like a whole thing, and I just don't think it worked very well. Well, I mean, that's not the writer's fault. Like that's not up to them. And there is interaction in FGO between, you know, good characters and other characters. The reason why, like in the story, you don't see that is because the good events are so directly referencing and pulling from Coho Ace and that kind of thing, right? So they kind of just stick to that, and then they kind of throw in Face the Night, and then that's that. But you know, they've got interactions in like their voice lines and everything. They've been in events here and there, but you know, they're kind of treated like collab servants, right? Where because they are Coho Ace and Redline are separate universes and stuff from regular Face the Night and you know, all that stuff. It's not part of like the main canon. And so I think they kind of keep them separate because of that. And that's fine. That doesn't really bother me. You don't really expect Shiki to be popping up all the time in like regular events and stuff, or like the main story. And you know, no big deal. They're easier to work into the main story if they want to, but. And honestly, that's true for a lot of the cast, and that's not because of, you know, where they come from or any of that. It's just because the cast is so big that a lot of like the cast kind of stays within their self-contained area of the story because it's just too big for them to manage everything, really. I don't think Saber Wars 2 would have been better received if it had a welfare, really. I think it would have been maybe slightly. I mean, people are generally not going to be mad about getting a free stuff, but I don't know why anyone is surprised, in Japan especially, this kind of aesthetic and everything didn't go over very well. Like, of course it didn't, right? Like, of course it didn't. Like, yeah, it might have helped a little bit, but I don't think it would have changed much. Like, I really don't think it would have changed much. Actually, I don't think Calamity Jane could have been the welfare, because, I'm not even kidding, because DW is just so set in their ways with certain things that, like, really, I don't think Calamity Jane could have been a welfare in their mind, because she had already had a design. And they probably already had more than one ascension stage of her already designed, and welfares can't have more than one ascension stage. So, like, that sounds dumb, but, like, that's probably the whole reason they wouldn't do it, is because she already probably had more than one ascension stage done, because she was supposed to be in the game a long time ago. And so from their mindset, and in a way I agree with this, but on the flip side, you could just give a welfare more than one ascension stage. But, so, from their mindset, because the artist had made Calamity Jane so long ago, right, and she was supposed to be in the game so long ago, that it'd be like an insult to them to not use all that, what they had originally designed, right? And it really would be, right? Because we don't know for sure what she was designed for, but we do know Calamity Jane was designed a long ass time ago. And she was probably supposed to be in America, because when Billy and Geronimo were added to the game, in America, they came in the files. Now you had to like data mine it, but in the files, there were voice lines, and people even posted these voice lines. Like, you can hear the voice acting; it's not made up. There were voice lines for Billy and Geronimo referencing Calamity Jane. So she was probably originally designed to be added then, and because of budget or whatever, you know, it just didn't make the cut. That happens all the time. Things just, you know, don't make the cut, and then they get repurposed later. That is so common in game development. That's not weird or rare at all. But because the artist had already, you know, made up the 3 ascension stages, I would imagine, they didn't want to be like, oh, never mind, guy, even though you put all that effort into making these ascension stages, we're not going to use them when we finally put Calamity Jane in the game, because she's a welfare now, and welfares don't get multiple ascension stages. Now, you might say, well, then why don't you just make her an exception and give her multiple ascension stages? But the reason is because they're afraid, well, if we do it for her, now they're going to expect us to do it for all of the welfares, and we can't be bothered to give free units that much art assets, right? Like, so that's why. So I'm quite sure that's why she's not. They wouldn't make her a welfare, and like they've kind of shown, like they kind of stick to. They might change a few things as the times change, but they had said that they had decided Canis was supposed to be a 4-star back in day 1 of FGO. Like, she was designed like at the beginning of FGO nearly. She was like they had always decided that like so long ago, and obviously as like they, you know, made 2.0 and flushed her character out and everything, it's kind of weird that she's a 4-star, you know, but they just kind of stuck with what they had, I think. And also, I don't think they wanted 2 5-star AoE Lancers because of Romulus, but yeah, I think it's similar stuff for Calamity Jane. I mean, and I don't know how much it costs to do the Ascension stages, but that has never stopped. It's not, you think it's an aesthetic choice that all the welfares only have, that don't, you know, make them any money? You think it's an aesthetic choice that all of them don't have Ascension stages? Of course it's not, right? It's so they don't have to put as much effort into them. And you can just see this. If you look at all the welfares they've ever done, compared to, like, the amount of animations they make for, like, a new 5-star or something like that, or a new 4-star, they're generally way behind. Now, subjectively, you might really like some of the animations on welfares, and I do too. But in terms of animation quality, like the amount of like sprite work they do, and like, you know, redrawing their different body parts and stuff that they have to do, is way behind what you would see in other like new units. What does that have to do with anything? What is that? Literally, what does that have to do with anything? Lily got an animation update. Wow. Therefore, everything I just said's not true. No, it's all still. That doesn't mean anything. Like, Han's got an animation update, okay? And therefore 2-stars now have animations on par with new units? They don't! Like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, that doesn't mean anything. The sky's blue, by the way. Whoop-de-doo! And again, as I bring up every time, you know, Lily's not really a welfare. Like, she also does not follow the criteria of what a welfare is. Because when she was first added to the game, she was not a welfare. She was a promotion for like pre-registering FGO, right? And as such, she has 3 ascensions. She doesn't have a welfare mat ascension, right? Welfares have like, you know, like, what is it? KFC for Saber, what is it? It's Santa altar, excuse me, right? You have to get KFC buckets, right? That's her ascension mat instead of typical stuff. That's how every welfare is, except for Lily. Lily has just regular ascension mats like anyone else, and she has regular sprite work like anyone else. And then later they kind of added her like a welfare where you could get her again, but she's a one-of-a-kind unit, and then now she's an FP summon. Like literally, Saber Lily is a one-of-a-kind unit because she's the only unit that you got through like pre-registering the game, and then they gave her out again for free in an event, but then she still didn't have like welfare, you know, materials and, you know, ascension art and stuff like that. And then, you know, they added her as a 4-star and FP summon, right? Literally a one-of-a-kind unit. There's really no comparisons to her. But it changes nothing. I mean, and even Saber Lily's animation update is not really on par with like when they make the latest and greatest new 4-stars, right? Now, I will say I think she does have better animations than a lot of animation updates they've done. Like a lot of animation updates, they put a lot of effort into making them seem fancy and have a lot of like, you know, particle effects and everything. But they don't actually animate the character very much, right? They're still pretty, you know, just paper mache, right? And Saber Lily's got an okay amount of animation, although she does have a lot of paper mache as well. Also, Lily is like a, you know, an easy marketing point for the game because she's an Artoria, and you know, people knowing that, hey, look at this cool Artoria you can get out of FP and also has cool animations and stuff. Of course, that's going to get people to play the game. And like exceptions prove the rule, right? Like every once in a while, they do an animation update that is like on par with a new 5-star. But that's not common. It's just not common. It's just such a... Again, you can literally rip the sprites and look at them or watch them frame by frame. The amount of sprites that Scath has compared to like a new 5-star is she has way less. And the reason a lot of people don't understand this is because they don't know the difference between a different sprite and then paper mache. They don't know the difference, right? So they think anytime the character moves in any way, they see it as, oh, they had to redraw that, but that's not the case, right? A lot of like these characters have rigging, right? They have joints like on their shoulders and knees and stuff, and then they can move the sprites around like paper mache. Now you can't change the angle, right? Like you know, Billy's arm right now, they can move it around and it's got joints so they can bend it and stuff. But if you need his hand from a different angle, they're gonna have to redraw that. And same for his chest, if you need to see him from the back. You know, like how like Super Orion, you know, when he shoots his extra attack, you see him from the back. They had to draw his chest again, right? And so, you know, you need to redraw ligaments quite a bit. If you want to make movement look natural, especially legs, you need to reanimate them, you know, quite often. But with welfares and with animation updates, a lot of times they just don't. They just don't reanimate the ligaments very much. They'll do it a little bit when they have to, but they don't do it much. And it's the same thing for welfares. Like Saber Karna, like just came out, he's barely reanimated. Literally, you know, record some footage of him, put it in an editing program or something, and watch it frame by frame, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, they rarely reanimate any part of his body. They just, you know, jiggle it around like paper mache. Now, thankfully, his, you know, attacks still look decently cool anyway. But, you know, the effort is not there, and that's what, back on point, that's what I'm talking about with welfares, is they don't put in as much effort for them. They don't give, like, you might say, oh, it doesn't take that much effort to make Ascension stages. Well, that depends. But it's an extra bit of work, and then better animations, that's more work, right? Like, there's just a lot of like corner cutting that they do with welfares, where at the end of the day, although there's still work put into them, at the end of the day, it is definitely a noticeable amount less work when you add it all up compared to like if they add a new fancy, you know, unit. And same for animation updates. A lot of animation updates are just very phoned in, and I don't think it's a good business move, by the way. Like, yeah, like they're like, oh, but we can't monetize these. We don't directly make money off of them, so you know, don't put as much work into them. But that's a really short-sighted and like just dumb mindset, because you got to keep players happy. That's the front thing you got to do with a video game like this is you got to maintain a healthy player base, right? That is your #1 priority. And you know, if you focus completely on the short term, we gotta make money this month, you will kill your game in the long run, right? You need players to feel like the game is worth a fuck and that they're not being nickel and dime all the time. You don't want them to feel like anytime you add something free, there's not as much work put into it. You don't want that, right? You want players happy and excited for the game, and because if you like the game and you're excited for it and all these other things, you're more likely to spend money on it, right? And you like, that's just obvious, right? So you want a happy player base, because a happy player base means more players, and more players means more people willing to spend money, and so on and so forth, so... Yeah, so I feel the same way as all. I'm worried about... I hope Jalter gets a good animation update like Karna did and stuff, just because she is so fucking popular. Like, dear God, she's popular. However, I could see them phoning it in, because Jalter's got a costume, so they're gonna have to, you know, do a little bit of extra work because of that. Like, there's more things for them to do because of that. So, because they're, like, forced to do more work, they might look for other areas to cut corners. I hope I'm wrong, and we'll see, because, you know, they've got some... They've been shaking things up recently, and, like, because their profits were so bad, and, you know... I think they're going to start doing things a bit differently moving forward, but it takes a while for these things to trickle their way down, you know, and get their way into the game. So, we'll see. You know, I'd be totally happy if they started doing way better with animation updates, and they might, you know, they might. We'll just have to see. Have to give them time here. My God, though, we haven't gotten a new 3-star since Ricky. That's rough. Yeah, honestly, I've always said I think they should just get rid of the flag for Jolter, except for maybe like she do like maybe a specific animation where she whips it out. But because she uses the sword, she's doing things that require 3 to 4 hands, but she only has 2 hands, and it just looks stupid. Like holding the whole flag in one hand and then swinging the sword around, that just looks dumb. Like they need to like just dedicate her attacks to like just using the sword or just the flag, and then especially for the costume, the flag just looks stupid. So. I'd rather they focus just on make her do cool sword things and not try to have the flag tag along for everything. Because for regular Joan of Arc, the flag looks fine because she's using both hands for it, right? No problem. The last 3-star added was Ricky Boy. There's unless I'm forgetting something, they have not added any other ones since him. And yeah, that was like over a year ago now, so yikes. So I think the challenge quest, well the second challenge quest, there's 2 challenge quests, but the harder challenge quest should be easier this time for 3 big reasons. I think it's still going to be RNG. There's just no way around it. It's an RNG as fuck challenge quest. That's just the way it is, right? So, you know, it sucks one way or the other, but I do think it's going to be easier this time because 1, you have things like Castor Artoria and everything that people can summon, and that'll, you know, it's a lot of value. That'll make more team comp options and everything, right? So that's going to make it easier. And a lot of people have their own Castor Artoria because she was so easy to get. So that's one thing that's going to make it easier. Another thing that's going to make it easier is most players now are going to have more CEs because they have the CEs from last year. And so now you could have, last year you could have had those CEs. You could have farmed a lot and gotten those CEs. So some people already had that stuff. And you can see that in some of the videos that people made. You know, they had farmed up some extra CEs for that challenge quest. Or they just happened to get them from the drops, right? But now everybody is going to have more CEs. And that'll make it also easier. And then the last thing that's going to make it easier is free respecs on command codes, right? There were a lot of command codes that like, oh yeah, if you let's say you bring 6 units and you sit there and think about what are the best command codes for all 6 of these units for this fight specifically, that is going to help you a fair amount. But most people were not willing, even if they were sitting on 100 respec items, a lot of people just weren't willing to do that, right? So between those 3 things, for the average player, it's going to be way easier. Now, in my case, you know, I'm not going to be using Castor Artoria or Wave or any of that stuff, so, you know, probably not going to be, well, I might, if I can't beat it in a way that's not reliable, I will beat it with cheese and just, you know, fuck it. But, if you try to do anything fancy with it, right, I think it's still going to be a complete nightmare, but we'll see. That's true. Castor Artoria does help with the fact that, you know, they got the random Pierce vulnerability nonsense and everything. So yeah, for people that use Castor Artoria, I think the fight's going to be significantly easier. Because not only is she good, but she's also just very good there. And so many people have her. But if you don't use her, it's going to be pretty rough. But, you know, like I said, the command codes being tailored to the fight and having more CEs, that stuff will make it a lot easier. Oh, this is like a boss battle, apparently. It's not Christmas time, but, you know, you don't care. I look weird using all these evades now, but I'm gonna try to win before this goes on too long. Oh, I need to get water. Holy crap! Right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, basically just need Billy and P gain here.
Okay.
So if I know this was a boss though, I would have put like Chen Gong on the field and gotten some more NP battery for everybody and that kind of thing. Because we do need Karna to, do some things here. I almost want to evade Billy because as much as I like Robin, he's not gonna do too much here. It's like that attack right there is such a good example of what I'm talking about. They didn't reanimate him ever in that, and it's all particle effects, right? Which that doesn't really take any effort. And it works, and it fits Karna, and it's kind of referencing something you can do as a Lancer and everything. So, it's fine, but, effort-wise, it's obviously lower than what you would do for a lot of other units, right? So... Well, Robin's probably gonna die. That's unfortunate. So he's not gonna. There was no point in putting all that effort into keeping him alive. I mean, rarely are DPS like broken, and they can be very good. DPS can be very good and super impactful. Oh hey, Robin is alive. How about that? But rarely are DPS ever going to have like the amount of carry potential where they can just trivialize content like Castor Artoria or Merlin and stuff. They just can't do that. But the DPS that is kind of like, oh shit, right? It's like Ku Alter, Enkidu nowadays. Oh my god, what the hell? Like, what were they thinking with Enkidu and stuff? Those are the two that come to mind. Because they can carry a lot. Like they can. There's so many fights that are like. Orion is up there, definitely, but he's not as reliable as people think. He really isn't. He's very good, and there are definitely some crazy hard bosses that he can just laugh at. But there's a lot of content that he's not going to be able to carry you against, and there's a lot of types of fights that he's very bad for. People just don't... What you normally see is when it's a fight that he's bad for, people throw a million OP supports on him, but he's not carrying anymore at that point, right? And then they win with him with all the OP supports. And then when it is like up his alley, then they don't use the OP supports. And people are like, oh look, he's good for everything. That's not really accurate. I know, I like how we're literally talking about Arjuna Alter not being the biggest carry if he doesn't have supports. That's literally what we're talking about here. Now, Arjuna Alter is very, very good, even if he doesn't have OP supports. And he can be, very impactful. But he's, in no world is he as impactful as like Castor Artoria or Waver or Merlin and those kinds of things. Outside of like very specific context, but almost no DPS really can be on that par because the supports are just that broken. Like they're just game crushing. Because even like I think Ku Alter is probably the closest, at least for carrying people that are like really struggling. Because there's just so many bosses that Ku Alter can trivialize, but there's a lot that he can't too. So. But yeah, the closest DPS to being broken like that, I would say, is Ku Alter and Enkidu. Orion is up there, and then Gajun is up there, but those are really the only ones that come to mind off the top of my head. Yeah, Fujino definitely for Sabers. And yeah, Herc, I will say Herc is up there now because of his third skill buff. If you invest in him. Like, Herc is insane now. Like, Herc is just so fucking insane now. But I don't really consider Herc a DPS. I consider him a Herc. I'm serious. In my brain, the way I categorize things, I don't have Hercules in the DPS column. Because it's not like... That might sound weird, but the reason is because when you are doing team stuff, and you're wanting to do, like, let's say on the budget side of things, maybe you do, you know, Hans Qingong, or maybe you summon a friend's waiver and you have Qingong or Hans or something. You don't really pair them with Herc, right? Because Herc doesn't have an upgraded NP and those kinds of things. You know, Herc do Herc things, right? You use him in a very specific ways. He's in the back row to last man stand, or you solo with him. That's a unique role, where, like, with Ku and Fujino, a lot of times you can still use them in a more typical setting. And you can use Herc in a more typical setting, you just don't, right? Because there's no reason to, and he gets such a stupid amount done in the last man standing or solo kind of situation. And like, because for example, this is why Ku is kind of different. And you can see this on like my newbie account and stuff, and my 1 to 3 star account. Ku is obviously fantastic for last man standing and solo and blah 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 as well, but a lot of times you need a Lancer, and the budget one you've got is Ku, right? And so you do use him in typical stuff because he's got an upgraded NP and an attack up and then survivability. So you know, he works just fine as like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have, you know, Hans and maybe my friend's Waver, and then we're fighting an Archer, so I need a Lancer. I've got Ku, so yeah, we do Hans, Waver, Ku, right? That's a totally normal thing to do. You would almost never do that with Hercules because one, he's not a proper counter class. He's a Berserker. Now you might do that if you're fighting an Avenger or a Ruler, or, you know, some weird class like that, but you know, most of the time, if you're doing kind of a standard setup like that, it doesn't, there's no reason to put Herc in the front. If you're going to use Herc, you're probably going to put him in the back. Whereas Ku, you might also put Ku in the back if it's like, oh, I need a last man standing, and the enemy's an Archer, and I've got this other Lancer I can use, right? But a lot of people, one of the only Lancers they have off the bat is Ku, and Ku is literally best of both worlds on the budget side of things. He's one of the best actually probably is the best 3-star Lancer you can use in the front row for like typical just Lancer kill things type of situation, and he's the best last man standing or solo one. So where Herc is so aimed at, you know, one thing that, yeah, I just don't see him quite that way. Yeah, honestly, I would say, yeah, Beowulf, if you're trying to do like a more standard setup, right, and just, you know, use supports, you know, protect DPS go burr, Beowulf is generally better because he does have an upgraded NP or a half upgraded NP, but it's something. And he's got NP up, attack up, you know, and all the crits up, and then the Star Absorb works really well in a team setting, right? Like, it works really well. Where, Herc, like I said, Herc can work like that, totally can. It's just, there's not much reason to, right? Because if you're fighting, let's say you're fighting a caster, even if you're a budget player, so you don't have Aussie and Quets and shit like that, Ushi's probably going to be better for that. You know, because she's a full encounter class, and you know she has an upgraded NP and survival skills and damage up skills. You know, it's just exactly what you would want. If you're fighting a Lancer, you know, you might use you know, Bedivere or Caesar. Although I guess there's a bit more reason to use Hercules. I've noticed this. There are very good budget Sabers, but they are lacking. There is no budget Saber that is like Ushi or Ku or 100 Face, right? Where they're kind of just that all-rounded, get job done good, right? You know, Ushi, 100 Face, Ku, they all have, you know, good hard-hitting NPs, they have good skills, they have a hard survival skill so they can survive an enemy NP on their own, right? They all have that kind of thing. They don't really have that for Saber, for budget Sabers, right? Because, like, Bedivere's soft survival, not hard survival. And it's team survival, which is nice, but he can't survive an NP on his own. Thankfully, he kind of compensates for that for getting his NP abnormally quickly, but still, it's a gap. And there's Fergus, but Fergus is AoE, and sometimes you need that, you know, you need the NP, you need the single target NP to hit really hard sometimes, because he's normal card damage and AoE, and that's fine, and sometimes it works really well, but sometimes it's not what you need. If Fergus was single target though, that'd be super good. Because yeah, the single target Sabers don't have great survivability. They have great damage, and they're both very useful. There are lots of times they're fucking phenomenal, right? Bedivere being able to just show up from the back row or start in the front row and use his third skill and just go burr really quickly, that's great, right? Very useful. There's been challenge quests where I'm like, oh my god, this is a godsend, and he just hits so hard. And a little bit of anti-debuff and a little bit of survivability for the team. Sometimes it's just what the Doctor ordered, right? But sometimes it's absolutely not. And same for Caesar. Caesar's got the huge damage and damage for the team as well, and some Star Bomb and everything, but no survivability again. And doesn't get his NP as fast as Butterbeer, so you know, a lot of ups and downs there. Okay, this is a farming stage, I think. I bet you they drop gold mats because the first stage is bronze and silver mats, so I'm just gonna assume this is gold mats. What do I want to summon? I'll just summon, I guess Billy again, because Billy cool. This is just a farming stage, and I'm assuming we only have to do it like 1 or 2 times, so. At some point, though, I want to switch to my main account, and I want to test out Sitting Master, and I want to test out Calamity Jane, because I just spent way too much SQ getting her to NP3. God, I'm so salty, dude. I am so fucking salty. I'm probably just gonna grail her now. I wasn't planning on grailing her for a long time, and I'm never gonna grail her to 100. That's never gonna happen. But I was planning eventually grailing her to 90, just because I like her gameplay a lot. But I don't even get the logic here. But because I just like lost everything there, well, not everything, and not even half, but I used so much SQ that like, okay, one day I wanted to see her at like near her best potential, right? And fuck it, if I'm gonna use that much SQ, I'll probably just grail her twice now because I'm sitting on like 5 or 6 grails right now, so. But then probably Tesla next. I've been wanting to not grail Tesla until he's in P2, but dude, I just want to grail Tesla. Like, he's so cool, dude. But yeah, I want to see how Sitting Master does. Because we used him against Cleo before his buff, and so I want to use him against Cleopatra after his buff and see what kind of difference it makes. But yeah, Calamity Jane is kind of in that 100 face category where her gameplay is just so much fun and is pretty good, so. And I think Calamity Jane, if she's upgraded enough, can solo Ibuki. It's kind of a shame I'm already past that fight and I can't test that now. Yeah, good luck with that one, Zaw. That's going a bit too far, I feel. Why? I don't know why I brought the team that I brought. I probably should have changed my units around more than this, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I know, that's the whole point. I'm trying to avoid being that guy with Tesla, where I'm, you know, level 100 and 10, 10, 10 and all this stuff, and, you know, the NP1. Like, I've been hoping they would rate him up, but it's not happening. He's so fucking awesome. But I'm sitting on quite a few grails, so. But yeah, I think I will grail Calamity Jane now to 90, just to give her a big upgrade. Kind of nice to go from NP2 to NP3 and then go to 90. That should make her do pretty well. I should have given somebody K-Scope. That would have been good. Or Star Bomb. Like, there's all kinds of... Even though this account is not amazing for farming because it's so new, but it definitely has better options than this. Oh yeah, we got that poison command code for Robin now. That's nice. I wonder if they'll give out 1 poison command code per year, because they've actually been, that's what they've been doing so far. I wonder if they'll keep that up. That way, if you start playing the game, you wait long enough, you're going to get a poison command code. I hope they do, because that's what they do with CEs. They give out a Star Bomb once a year. They give out at least 1 50% starting NP a year. Normally 2 or 3 actually, but they always give out at least 1, and they always give out at least 1 Star Bomb. Like there's a few staples that they like always do, and they always give out a 4 stars per turn one. Like always, and sometimes they do multiple. So if you play the game for a year, you're going to have a Star Bomb, you know, CE. You're going to have a 50% starting NP CE. You're going to have stars per turn. Like, you know, they always hit those like landmarks, I guess, or like, you know, kind of check boxes or whatever. I kind of hope they do that with command codes, where they make sure to, you know, you can make them kind of side grady, right? But it'd be nice to kind of make sure you're giving some kind of like anti-debuff or some kind of, you know, this, that, or the other. I think the better way, though, of doing that, because command codes are kind of unique, you can't equip 3 craft essences to the same unit, right? Now, that might sound like a really random thing I'm saying right now, but that's very relevant that you can't do that. And, because you can equip multiple command codes to a unit, so you could do 5 anti-debuff command codes, right? Like, that's kind of, if you add 5, then that's kind of a problem. So I think the better way of doing it is, once you've kind of got your range and you've kind of got the side grades, just give out the same command code once a year, like the staples, right? And of course add new command codes and weird things, so that's fine. But make sure once a year you give out like the Santa Altar one and the debuff removal one. and that kind of stuff. But you can't equip 2 of the same, right? Like, because some command codes they have given out 2 of the same, and like if you got the previous one, you can get the new one. But they're very picky. They've been very choosy about what they've allowed that for. And so like for some of the other staples, they shouldn't do that, right? You should definitely give out like a crit one once per year, a star bomb once a year, a debuff clear once a year, probably poison burn and curse once a year. But you don't have to make it so if people have the previous one, they can get it again. Like that's fine. I don't even think people would complain about that because some of the command codes, they're obviously staples that it's nice for the player base to have access to, but it's also obvious that it'd be a problem if you could have like 2 or 3 copies of it, right? Like that'd be getting really out of hand, especially the debuff clear one because it removes any debuff. It's not like it's not picky, right? That really would get out of hand if you could have multiple of it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind them doing a debuff success chance one. You have to be careful with it. Oh my god, they just NP drained. And they just NP drained again. Yep, need to change this setup dramatically. Oh my fucking god, that's so annoying. You bastards. Ghosts, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty lame that they never reran that Christmas event. Maybe someday. Yeah, there's just, you know, there's a lot of command codes that are pretty fundamental to making certain units significantly better or giving you good options against certain styles of boss gimmick. And also are just fun, right? Like Star Bomb command codes are very fun. I think most people that, you know, like doing this stuff, you know, I think agree on that. Yeah, dude, my playlist is just broken right now. I don't know what the hell's up, man. Alright, if we have to do this stage again, let's see if we can optimize this a little bit, because dear god, this was a mess. You know it's bad when Billy's in ping twice, and he doesn't even have K-scope or anything. How do you... I have a warped opinion on this because I don't like a lot of golds in the game, right? Now, if you have any degree of standards, I think everybody's going to have a few golds here and there that they don't like, right? But a lot of people like a lot of golds, right? And fair enough. But so because of this, I get more rare prisms than most people because, you know, I'll pull like, you know, some stupid waifu like Meb or something, and I'm like right into the furnace, right? And I don't even care. Where other people might have a couple of units like that, but, you know, there's a lot of golds that they're happy to get, so they don't want to burn golds too often, right? But they do give out rare prisms a lot more on JP nowadays. Like, you know, welfare reruns now give out rare prisms, so if you play for a year, you're definitely going to get a welfare or 2 on a rerun and get like 10 rare prisms from those 2, right? And then like some command codes, when you get reran, will give you rare prisms instead. And some events now just give a rare prism as a reward. Like they're just doing that now. So, you know, accounts can grab rare prisms here and there. And here's what I'm getting at is there's a lot of really useful stuff in the rare prism shop, like fundamental, very useful stuff. You know, like Anniversary Blonde, for God's sakes, right? If you happen to be a big fan of Buster units, and especially ones like, you know, Mori and Orion and stuff like that, then you really want Anniversary Blonde, right? It's super important, right? It's like so many Buster units meta MC, right? And like what's his name, Yelly McYelly, Hijikata, right? So a lot of people are gonna want that. And then you've got stuff like Melty Sweetheart, which is so good for a lot of challenge quests. And then you've got obviously like the Arjuna one, which is really good for a lot of challenge quests. It's crazy good. And then you've got the Pierce Vulnerability one that's starting in P and Pierce Vulnerability. That's really nice, right? It's really good. And so those things are very useful, and because anybody can get them at any time, I think they've actually picked some pretty smart CEs to be in the Rare Prism shop that have given a nice range of options to like newer accounts that may have missed, you know, a lot of other CEs. But because they take Rare Prisms, it can take people a while to actually get those. And again, it is easier now. Like, it's just a fact that they are giving out more rare prisms, like, that aren't even connected to burning anything, right? But I do kind of feel like maybe they should put some stuff like that in the Mana Prism shop instead. Because I've never felt it. Like, my newbie account it's doing great, right? I've got like I even bought the fucking CCC main interlude and stuff, right? I'm having no problems with getting the fundamental stuff from the Rare Prism shop. But I think some people probably do have some problems with that, and you know, I think a good way to, there's two ways to fix it, I think, is add more stuff to mana prisms or just give out more rare prisms from time to time. And they should still be rare, but like give out a few more of them. So newer accounts are able to at least get like Anniversary Blonde, right? Because that's, I would say, is pretty much the most important one. Alright, so this actually mostly drops silver mats. It did drop some gold, but not enough to care. This is funny though that my main has so many freaking CEs because of the calamity of rolling for Calamity Jane, like that. God, why did it? I just can't believe it took. And oh, not only did it take all that SQ, but I used like 30 summon tickets. There was like 25, 30 summon tickets. And I was like, fucking really? Can't get one copy, dude? But hey, I got Karna. I got Koff. Dude, if they added a safety net, it wouldn't even help. Safety nets almost never apply to 4 stars, and because, you know, 4 stars are generally a lot easier to get. But most games that have safety nets do not have one for 4 stars. Some do, but a lot don't. You can run out of mana prisms, especially on newer accounts. It's actually very easy to run out of mana prisms on newer accounts. Like, it's so easy, because first off, newer accounts need like faux items really bad, right? Because like my newbie account still doesn't have everyone that it wants to have faux, right? And you know, when you're getting your feet wet, right, there's only so many events going on, right? You're not gonna get that many from that. And you have a million things to buy with mana prisms on a new account. You have a million fucking things to buy on a new account. And yeah, because of that, and a lot of the stuff that gives out a lot of mana prisms, you're probably not going to have access to for a little while. You know, you're not going to be able to do every event, and maybe you just missed an event, and you know, you've done like 1 or 2 events. It's not like you're swimming in mana prisms right now. You're like in a deficit on a new account. On veteran accounts, it's really easy to break even because you have way less demand of your mana prisms, and so you can kind of weather the ups and downs of when they give out mana prisms, right? So you stabilize and there's no problem. But new accounts, if you start in a lull, oh boy, you're going to have a bad time. But yeah, if you play the game for like 3 years, then you're going to stop really caring about mana prisms, right? But yeah, new accounts, it takes quite a while to get to that point. All right, let's see if we can make a better team here. So this account is like fuck all event CEs, and it's never going to have a lot of event CEs because it's not it's not going to roll, right? It's not going to be rolling on this banner. Yeah, just the monthly reset stuff, you pretty much, because like a lot of people aren't going to buy the monthly reset stuff on like a really established account, right? But a new accounts want most of that stuff, maybe except for the XP, because the XP is not the best ratio. But even with the daily update, I know that's a drop in the bucket for a new account. It really is a drop in the bucket. Yeah, everybody buys the tickets. Everybody buys the tickets. And then most people will buy the faux items, especially on a new account. And then the XPs kind of depends. I think vets buy the XP the most because they're a luxury item. They're not a great ratio on mana prism to XP. They're just not. But you know, veteran accounts have so many mana prisms they can easily afford that luxury if they need XP, which you know they might not. Okay, these don't even drop bronze mats, so that's unfortunate. I guess I want Karna to just have any starting NP, really. Like more than 50 prefer. Wait, that's only 60 though. Maybe I go with the 51 then. Yeah. It's hard to say. Who needs Bond? Hans. I think Hans and I guess Atalante. Someday it would be nice to have Atalante's Bond CE because it's actually not so bad. How much better is this? I wish Qingong, if I do switch Mystic Code, Qingong would be better. But I do want Hans Bond CE on this account someday. Oh yeah, they need to revamp daily quests on so many levels. Like there's a million things wrong with them, and a million things absent. Like you can't even get so many of the mats. There's more mats in the game now that you can't get than can. And like their AP costs are way too high. Like just so many things are wrong with them, and they're so boring. Like oh my god. You know what's sad is I think Stella is gonna hit way. I mean way harder than our girl here. It's sad that I'm using it like this. Because I could just normal card these guys down, and that's probably what I should do, but I need to get her NP2. I'm telling you, I'm gonna use summon tickets on this account on story summon, but I'm gonna save my SQ on this account until she gets rated up. I'm gonna try to get her NP2, and then we'll go back to just spamming story because it's cool that this account happened to get her, and so we're like set up to be able to like make her like one of the account's main units if we want to, right? And so then you want her to be NP2. Because only having to roll for one copy of her is not too bad, so. Yeah, this account should probably normal card down the first wave, and then Rongo Bongo the second wave, and then Stella the third. This is where we need Spartacus. Spartacus would speed this up a bit. You don't have to do this stage too much though. I think it's 2 or 3 times or something. Although I guess you have to do 5 stages per planet, but you'll get around to doing that eventually anyway. Although it's good to keep track of, like if you have a planet you did not do 5 stages on, you don't want to run into that later. Yeah, I would definitely prefer Qingong here. I guess you give it to Billy, because he's gonna get his anyway. And by his, I mean Karna's. Although Billy had that 70% crit that I could have done. I think we'll have Stella deal with this wave. I have to do this again. Oh, this. Hold on. Let's get some Billy crit action in here because we can. Man, I almost want to NP the 50k guy. Just let's see. How do we want to do this? I think we'll do. We'll do that. That should work. I need to rip this song myself and put it on the playlist myself because this rip of the song is not particularly good. Because I really like this song a lot, and I need to stream that game someday. It's called I Ninja, and it's a really old video game, but it's a damn good game. That's held up the test of time pretty well. Yep, Arash is the best archer. Actually, this stage can drop a decent amount of gold drops. I guess we just got unlucky last time. Huh. It still clearly favors silver, though. Chat, I wonder if this account can do the challenge quest, the big one, if you use command spells. I bet you it can. Like, as weak as this account is, if I don't hold back, like, there's no way I'm doing it budget, right? There's no way I'm like, oh, I'm gonna summon Hans. Like, no, right? You need to summon, like, Merlin or, you know, some bullshit like that, and we'll bring, you know, our big boy Herc and everything. The one thing that could hurt it is the fact that I haven't technically beat Lost Belt 5-1, so I can't get Herc's buff. Like, obviously we beat the final boss, but we didn't let it go through. So we don't actually have his buff. That would really help clean up. But I bet you, even this garbage-ass account, if it doesn't hold its sub back, well, I don't think it'd even be that hard. Like, command spells are pretty broken, man. Like, obviously, I might not do it first try. I might need to kind of get my feet wet and kind of figure out, okay, what's the best support? What's the best way to get value? Where do I put my units? But once I figure that out, I'm pretty sure with command spells it'll do it. Now, without command spells, it might be tough. But yeah, I think even this garbage ass account can do it. Spartacus actually is pretty good there. This AoE Berserker in general is really good there, and especially one that has survivability. And oh look, he has survivability, so not too bad. He's so good, man, because he's got a battery too. That's so helpful because like low stars have such a problem with getting their NPs, you know, because they don't have, you know, supports and stuff for a lot of charge. Oh, we already can move on. Excuse me. Although I kind of want to do this one more time just because I want to see if we normal card down the first wave how it goes. Also, I should really give Billy the golden drop thing because that would help too. But what's better than Karna then? You could do Chin Gong if you don't need another NP. Let's see what happens. But yeah, like the 1 to 2 star guy did a, you know, Grail, like double Grailed Spartacus, I think. But even that took so much fucking RNG and bullshit. Like there's no way to do it legit with those kind of restrictions. There's no way. Like if you do 1 to 2 star or 1 to 3 star, you're gonna have to, you know, bust out some, you know, either Grails or Poster Girl or Yang CE or something. You're gonna have to do something, right? There's no, or get ungodly lucky, right? There's no way to just, you know, do it with some kind of like legit reliable setup. Not a thing. Now this year maybe. We've got newer, better stuff this time, so we shall see. Okay, I just realized how bad Chin Gong is at the start here, but whatever. He's not really necessary. Yeah, this event does give a Grail off memory, so yet another Grail for the pile on this account. This account is like swimming in them. Surely they'll do 11k, right? Like how the catapult is just like floating there. Yeah, the Yang CE didn't even exist back then. Now I'm not sure it'd be meta there because you have a damage CE. Damage CE is gonna be better ultimately. Honestly, that's another reason though, like, because the damage CE is not very good, other than the fact that it gives you a ludicrous amount of damage, right? But it doesn't give you like a good side effect, really. It really doesn't. That's another reason that the quest is a bit more annoying, especially for non-budget stuff. Because budget stuff, you can compensate for like lack of starting NP and issue, you know, lack of damage and all kinds of things like that. You know, depending on whatever event CE you have. Where on budget teams, it's a lot harder to compensate for those kinds of things. How much faith do I have in her doing? Because if I have no faith, use Chin Gong now. If you have faith, you don't. She got this, right? 66k. Oh my god, don't fail me. I don't think the NP is gonna kill, but I think the attack actually will. Yeah, well, if she was NP, I think she's gonna scale pretty well with NP2 though. Like, you gotta get those thresholds, right? So, one day. I don't know why I just did that. I mean, I wonder if a Rosh alone could do this. Maybe I should put another buffer in the back then instead of Atalante. Alright, now if you were farming for like just pure efficiency, you would not do this, but I want to get as much Arash damage as possible here. Can he do it? I think he got it. I mean, I don't have meme targets, right? Like shit just happens. Besides, there's already plenty of other dumbass memes on my channel anyway. Just because one meme got, you know, completed the circle of life. Jesus. Wow. Okay. Good. GG, Arash. Anyway, yeah, it's like I don't need to force any memes here. Like shit happens when it happens. Okay, well, you know what, let's do it one more time, because isn't that 5? I think it's 5 if I do it one more time, so I feel like we might as well do that. You could pretty easily cut Shingon from this team. Although, I guess I should, and if I should give him an event CE so he helps kill the ghost at the start. That would be good. Because yeah, we don't really have any event CEs here. Arash is the best archer. Thank you for the gifted sub, man. I appreciate it, dude. I wonder if I should grail Arash on this account, because I really do like him. I don't know. I can't decide, man. We have so many grails on this account. I do kind of want to grail Antoria though if we get her in P2, just because again she's something unique that is cool and we don't really have on our other accounts and probably never have on our other accounts. Because I'm not gonna really, you know, roll on her. So yeah, it might be cool to grail her at some point. We'll see. Yeah, maybe grailed Rob, and there's a lot of options. We'll I don't want to rush anything. You know, we'll take our time and just kind of see what you know, what happens. Paris does have usefulness from time to time, and the thing is, Paris is good, right? Paris is good. It's just that there are other free-to-play units that normally will outclass him in most scenarios. And there's occasionally in a scenario where he's meta, but he's normally only meta if you stick to 1 to 2 star and you cut out to 3 stars. But every once in a while he's good. I actually want to look again, because let's see, we have a grail from this, a grail from 5.1, which we're literally at the stage to get it, and then a grail from 5.2, and then 5.5. So that's 4 easy grails that we can just get like in no time if we wanted to, and then whatever we also just have right now. Oh god. He got this. Maybe we should just put Caesar in the front. That actually might be better. Make sure she does a little bit more damage. You know what I want them to do? This is asking for a lot, and they're not gonna do it. But this would be so cool if they gave her 2 NP animations, and it just plays one of them at random. One where she's, you know, facing ground, go boom. And then the other one, which is the laser that she can fire. Because they're both super strong, you know, EX, go, burr, yada yada, or A++, or whatever the fuck. Anyway, that would be awesome. Like, and she deserves it. She's such a big character. She was like the main antagonist of Camelot and everything. Like, really big character. So totally deserves the extra effort to have 2 NPs. That would be so cool. Because you know in the movie, she's mostly just gonna shoot the laser. And so people are gonna want to see that, right? So I'm gonna be pissed if they give her an animation update, and I know what they're probably gonna do in the animation update is they'll have her shoot a laser and ram her face into the ground, right? I think that's what they might do. That way you kind of get both. Like, that's kind of what they did with Lancelot's animation update. But we'll see. All right, let's see if Arash can do this without all the extra footwork. How about that Arknights game? The thing is, the laser for the extra animation doesn't really work because it's not one of those like kind of mini NPs like Boudica or whatever. It's this massive fuck you button, right? Like that's kind of weird. And she can fire smaller blasts out of it, and that works for the extra attack. But people want the big dramatic, you know, boom. Alright, that was either 4 or 5, so hopefully we're good. Can we get Aggravane? They said they wanted to add Aggravane like 3 years ago. Like they showed a bunch of servants that they were planning, that were NPCs, but they were planning on adding, and they're like, yeah, we want to add these. And he was one of them. And I think every other one on that list they have added, right? Because they showed Nuke, Jason, but yeah, Aggravane never got added. Oh yeah, Sita, but that doesn't count because of arcade, right? Because I think their plans changed with that. I think because she's an arcade, they're not adding her. So we'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong. I think if they do add her, it's gonna be like a big thing. They're not gonna just randomly add her. They're gonna have to like explain it or something, I feel. She doesn't have command codes. We'll summon Calamity Jane just because I just fucking grailed her and I want to see the. Well, this really no. I'll wait. I would say I want to see the NP damage since the NP3, but she's got an event bonus, so that's not. We'll wait. We'll do a little bit more on this account, and then we'll switch to the main, and we'll mess around in CCC and stuff. Hell, I can just use the same setup here, I bet. I mean, I'm happy for Arcade. You know, their devs are just doing their best they can for their player base. It's not like, you know, they don't. Sega doesn't owe the mobile version of the game anything. Or they've got their own game, their own player base, their own profits, their own, you know, budget. You know, they're just doing their own thing. You know, which is pretty separate from the regular FGO. It's more of DW, just, you know, being DW. Wait, I think oops. I think I'm doing the farming stage again. Fuck. Well, good thing I brought the farming team because, guess we're doing this again, lads. I don't think I even need this now. I mean, I guess silver drops aren't a bad thing. So we don't need to do a Brave Chain here. It's like a waste of time, but Arashi animation's banned. I'm so glad they gave him that. I really thought they might not remember that he could do that, because you'd have to do a little bit of research to know that that's a good thing, but they actually got it, so I'm proud of them for that one. Also making Atalante look like a chum, but what are you gonna do? Because honestly, they obviously kind of downplayed it, like just like how when they have NPs as an extra attack, they kind of downplay it a bit. Like with how big it is, or the explosion or whatever, like with Karna's extra attack and stuff. Or his Buster, excuse me, it's not even an extra attack. Anyway, but yeah, he can pretty much just do Atalante's NP whenever he wants. Pretty fucked. It's not quite as good, but it's pretty close. He's also faster and takes less mana and all that stuff, so a lot of benefits in there. There's a lot of new Arknight's music that I haven't listened to yet that I need to do that too. People were telling me there's a lot of new stuff on the soundtrack that's awesome, so I need to check that out. I said I was going to do that, and then I forgot. Imagine if she could just kill that right there. It'd be great. She could at 10-10-10, and she could at NP2. I like how Arash doesn't quite kill here either, but also is, you know, twice as much health, so. Hey, with how new this account is, at least I got one of her skills to 10. There's no problem here. If you don't expect a newbie account like this to just be 10-10-10ing everything right and left. It's not even my main, right? Like if it was my main, you know, maybe, but this is an ult, man. At least, hey, I'm actually doing this event, right? A lot of events I don't play too actively, but I'm playing this event more actively, probably on this account, at least on streams, because you know, this account didn't exist last year, or my main already did it, so. Dude, it's so stupid though, because if I take my time on because my main doesn't need this, like at all, right? Like my main does not need this event in any way. So I can just take my time and use my natural AP until it happens to beat it, right? But if I don't, like, you know, people are like, are you gonna do the challenge quest? Like, people are already asking me that constantly. And I'm already like, fuck you. But if I'm just taking my time on it, it's just gonna be all of that all over again, dude. And like, you know, there's a good chance that like, there's still not gonna be a very budget-friendly setup that's gonna work. And so I'm not gonna make a video for it, right? Because I'm not gonna put like Castoria, you know, go burr. Like, who cares? Everybody knows that works. Okay, let's actually do the main story now. I don't think like any of these drop gold mats. It's always bronze and silver. Let's see. I'm going to be glad when that's limit broken. I'm going to get her to bond 5 just you know, in case when they do the Camelot second movie or whatever after it, maybe she'll get an interlude or a strengthening quest or whatever, so just to be safe, I figure get her to bond 5. This is almost worth leveling. This is almost a good Mysticoat, and it kind of is. Like, it's okay. It's like, it's right on the edge, but it still is not generally going to one-up anything in the Big Four. But it's not a bad one to get to level 10, just in case. But I kind of want to get Switch Mysticoat up a little bit higher. Like, at least get to 5 or something, maybe. But I might work on this. We'll see. Like, I've seen times where it's, like, decent, but I've never seen times where it's really better than the other options. This event gives the burn command code, the 25% buster crit one, and I forget what the other one is, but it's kind of whatever. Yeah, thankfully I have Atlas at 10. Atlas leveling though is super low priority. Unless you're like, it's kind of good if you like Coup, right? Because sometimes you can go around the wheel with it, but because all that changes is the cooldowns, and only at 6 and 10, it's just not worth leveling for most people, because it's almost just as effective at level 1 as it is at level 10, outside of very specific setups. So it's pretty low priority. Nope, they never explained why the Lost Spell XP curve is like that. I think they thought it was going to be good, and they wanted it to be like a long-term goal for people to work on. But, yeah, no, that was very stupid of them. I'll be right back. I need to run to the restroom. Alright, I'm back. Oh my god, I wish my playlist was not just completely broken. Arash got this. I don't know why I did that turn order, but it doesn't matter. Do you have to kill the ads in the back? Hi guys. How you doing? Well, 100 Face didn't make too much sense here. Is crit time. I should even. This is wasting damage because Billy's gonna one-shot him, but I want him to get the NP gain. Or not. Billy, please. Should have given him the tack up. 40% crit. Let's go. Boy, he got fucked up. That's a kill right there. That was adorable. That explosion sound, dude. Well, I tried. Oh, there's more. This is like a whole thing going on here. You know what? Actually, I should do this instead. What if he crits though? Ah, fuck it. Nah, okay. A lot of options there. You hit Billy again. Hit Billy again. Do it. Billy, hit Billy. You fuck. She's probably not gonna kill. She didn't land her art up. No, didn't get him. Bonk him. Man, I wanted that Billy animation update, although not if it's bad, but guy can dream. Here's our Bond 5. Alright, let's go to the main account and let's mess around with Sitting Master and Calamity Jane and all that, see how they do. Run these missions in real quick though. Hey look, mana prisms. Speaking of, how many do we? Yeah, see, I've only got 4,000 over here. Jesus. We need basically everything. We have plenty of things to level for 5-2. Definitely need the foe items. That's the big one. Now I do want the command codes at some point there, but it's not. That one's not that big of a deal. These are probably worth it in the long run. Almost none of our units actually have command code slots unlocked. These two. Okay, fuck the respec item though. No, nobody cares about that at all. Okay. That's gonna really help me get some units up for 5-2. Nice little shot in the arm there. I forget what that Romani, I forget what that Romani CE does. It's one of the farming ones, if I remember, though. Alright, give me a second. I gotta boot up Samsung Dex. I feel like we haven't used Samsung Dex in forever, because I haven't played the main account in forever. Hopefully I remember how to do all this. Dex is pretty easy to use, though. Oh, it would help if I had my phone plugged in. That would, that's a good start. Alright. Though I find that sometimes Dex like freaks out if you don't. Sometimes it won't like detect your phone unless you like restart Dex and unplug the phone and plug it back in. You can only do like one of those things. It doesn't always work. Okay, thankfully it's working. Okay, we good. Look at that smooth transition, because I actually labeled my monitor for the size of Dex. Although I can never get Dex to be the right fucking screen size, because you can see on the side there, you can like see the edge. You can do that, but I need to, I guess I need to make the window on OBS slightly smaller. That's like the one way to make that smoother. Okay, a little loud there. Let me turn that down. Okay. Alright, let's go to CCC. Let's, I kind of want to do Sitting Master first, just because, you know, he got such a big change. Where is... Oh, this is Cleopatra. Okay, this is gonna be tough. I don't think Persona is still here. I might need to message him to put up his Sitting Master. Message him on Discord here. I'm hoping we're gonna have all the good command codes and stuff. We wanna, but this is gonna be tough. Like, this is not easy to do at neutral, unless you have the Yang CE, and then it is easy. But that's, you know, some bullshit. Maybe we actually do Calamity Jane first, because looks like Persona hasn't logged in some time. Or it's just the support system being, you know, full of shit, because it tends to do that. All right. Oh wait, no, it's right. That's right. It's in his all slot. God damn it. Every fucking unit ever, by the way. All right, pretty good stuff here. These command codes are definitely not the best for this, but they're at least something. How food is Muramasa? I'm assuming you mean good. I read that without proofreading in it. Good job, me. He's pretty good. Very easy to loop with, but he's not like broken OP or anything because he doesn't have like any survivability, that kind of thing. So very good. Works really well with like the meta of like 3-turn refund art bullshit. But he's not like gonna just completely carry an account through everything, right? But he's fine. He's a good AoE Saber. Just real lack of survivability. He definitely wants Atlas now. There's no way he doesn't want Atlas now. Oh man, did they change Rue Blind? I like the other Rue Blind a lot better, I gotta say. Like, that one was kind of perfect. Yeah, I saw a lot of them changed. Yeah, I saw, like the new Rue, what is it? What was the emote? Blank. Rue Blank is so much worse now. I don't get why he changed it. Is it a new artist? Did he have like a falling out with his artist and change? Like, I don't know anything about Rue really, but I'm just curious. Did he have like a falling out with his artist and they changed artists, or did they just want to change the art style and stuff? Because seriously, that Rue Blank is not half as good as the other one, dude. A past artist did DMCA claim and got him banned for a few hours, so he redid them with... Wait, that's it. What a piece of... What kind of dumbass artist would do that? Like, you agree... Like, the whole... Like, that doesn't... That's not even good business. How is that good... Why would you... I don't understand. Why would you do that? Like, if you make emotes for somebody, right? Now, obviously, if you didn't like the original terms, you shouldn't have agreed to it. I don't know what the original terms were, but regardless if the terms were good or bad, right? It was up to you to accept it. And then how it... In every way that hurts your brand, in every way that hurts your brand, if you do something like that. That makes so little sense. I can't imagine what the big brain play there was. Because like, that's dude, that's so dumb. That's like petty and stupid. Alright. Let's, we got a good opening hand. That's good. Good start. Looking good here. He still has the same problem that he's always had, though. He's not self-reliant on his crits. Like, he's got this new crit buff, but man, so often you're gonna not crit with it. In a solo, anyway. And in team play, you'll bring, you know, units to compensate for that. But... Wow, I'm enjoying this good RNG though. Very good start. If he can solo it, this is like, you know, if you're pushing it and you can barely solo it, this is the kind of start you would want. Okay. Perfect timing, dude. Perfect fucking timing. Just crit forehead. Ooh, look at this star absorb. Always lucky. Dude, this is like, if we lose, we can't complain about RNG because like, my god, we got 2 brave chains. We have no star absorb. Well, actually we do have star absorb from the skill, but like we only made 13 stars and we got this kind of crit spread. Like, Jesus Christ, although I guess we can complain if neither of these crit, but as long as we get 1 crit here, we're looking pretty good. This is like the only if we ever crit, this is the only reliable time to crit, and it's still not reliable by any means, but this is an important time here. If you want to crit while you have art up, So you get lots of NP refund. Good damage. Yeah, oh baby. The double crit though. Feels good. I think we're gonna win, man. It's gonna be tough though because yeah, this boss is still a bitch. You don't have Pierce fun. This is why the Yang CE is good, by the way. Yeah, we haven't won yet, but it's looking good here. Okay. I think I NP even though she has invulnerability just to get the attack down. Like survivability is important. Like she can melt you really damn fast. Thankfully, so far we're getting crazy lucky. She hasn't done Imperial Privilege or any of that, right? Because Imperial Privilege will shut you the hell down. I think I do this so she doesn't like melt us, and then we get the NP gain buff and we try to get our NP again. It might look really weird NPing here, but I think it's right. Because her hit count is really high. And seriously, I don't want her to just blow me up in one turn. Okay, I don't think either of those crit, so it's not great. Okay, there's the Imperial Privilege. Oh god, at least she didn't get the defense buff. I am so glad I NP'd though. Oh my god, like, she crit with her attack buff. That would have just destroyed us if I hadn't done that. Do I invincibility here? I don't think so, because I'd like to use my evade next turn. I don't have to hold it. Stars or damage? Stars or damage? Probably stars. Please don't kill me. Thankfully, we still have one of our attack down, so we should be safe this turn. This is where we gotta get our value, though. We're about to go blam here. Woo! Oh boy, I definitely think we'd be dead right now if we didn't do our third skill with our NP. Okay. So we made 21 stars, that's good. Ooh. Oh, I'm liking this right now. He is a lot stronger now. He is a lot stronger. Dude, because the crits are nice, and you may or may not get them, but the crits are really nice, but then the lower cooldown on the evade, like, those two things combined, it's more survivability and more damage, right? Like, who doesn't love that? And also, not only does the lower cooldown on the evade mean you get to, you know, evade again, but it means you get the attack up again, and that's really good. He has like 80% attack up. I'm really glad we're about to win. You can kind of see why he didn't beat this before, because, you know, you wouldn't quite have as much survivability. We would not have an evade there, and she would have just killed us. You know, she had a double attack up and would just ended us rightly, but I think we got it now. Now, if things had not gone as well as they had, we might have still lost, because we are kind of pushing it, but I think we had another turn of value, because after this NP, she would potentially have another attack down, and then for the next turn, we get to do our third skill attack down again. And yeah, she might be able to kill us there, but she might not, so like, I think we would probably live another turn. I think we'll, even with her big defense buff, I think we'll win here. Now, that's another thing, though. We did get lucky with her not casting Imperial Privilege all the time, but, and we, you know, we had, like, the best opening hands possible, and we crit when we needed to, and everything else. So this was a very, yeah, I'm ready to see. This was a very lucky attempt, but it looks like we have a turn of value extra, so we needed some of the RNG, but we didn't need all of it. So that's pretty impressive, especially because this is not easy to do in neutral if you don't have like fearsome vulnerability or stuff like that. Yeah, she's probably still alive here. Yeah, that defense up is quite meaty there. That looks really cool in slow-mo, by the way. Yeah, he's going pretty ham on the star bomb there. He wants the crits. He wants the crits. That line is really funny. Like, when you look up what she's saying, it's I'm actually glad she just hurt herself. Don't. Oh god. Whoo boy, she's cast that 3 times, but thankfully she's only gotten the defense buff once. Although she has 40% attack up again. Oh my god, we might lose. Oh boy. Okay, maybe we did need that good RNG earlier, because we're actually pushing it at the end here. Oh boy. So I want to do the heal. If we do this, if we live, we win. If we live, we win. We have a lot of attack down on her though, but she's also got a lot of attack up. Come on, come on. Wow, man, she was still doing a lot of fucking damage, dude. What the fuck? She was still doing a lot of damage. Let's see, we had, what did we have? I think we had 90. I think we had 90% attack down on her. But she had 80% attack up or something, so fuck. Okay, to be fair though, this really, like, this is so hard to do at class neutral if you don't have gimmicks. Like, hardly anyone's done it. Most people that have beaten this have either used the Yang CE or have just had gimmicks that are very applicable here. Like, most people at neutral have failed this, like overwhelmingly so. The fact that he did that well, that was a noticeable performance increase from last time, and it does look like it's beatable by him. Although we could have some things go more in our favor, like her cast Imperial Privilege less, but we also could have had things go worse in our favor. Like, you know, we got great hands and we crit, and, like, you know, a lot of things went well for us. God, I can't believe I only have 1,000 SQ right now, dude. I'm so fucking pissed. All right, let's do Calamity Jane. We'll give her command codes and all that. See how she do. Dude, it is only 1,000. When you save up as long as I have saved up, like, I want to hear this bitching, man. Like, you know, that's all fucking free to play saved up over an ungodly amount of time. And then 1,000 only goes so far, right? So it feels pretty fucking bad, right? Because if I have bad luck again like I did today, you know, I'll be in trouble next time. Although I guess I didn't have bad luck with the 5 stars, but I didn't want the 5 stars. Dude, I'm so pissed. I just wanted 1 Calamity Jane. I was like, that's no big deal. And I used over 700 because of the summon tickets. I used like 25 summon tickets or something. Fuck, dude, just fucking stupid. Like, and the only reason I would have stopped, but it's like, she's probably never getting a rate up again. And, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm already this far in. At least I got Karna out of it though. Like, seriously, I really like Karna, so. Although I really don't like his mats. What UI am I in right now? Jesus. Alright, well, we definitely want to give her the 2 star bombs. That's an absolute must for her. Like, I think we wanted to maybe give her a heal. Like, she needs to be able to live long enough to get her 3rd skill twice. Yeah, I got Spook, I got Lancelot Berserker, I got Suzuka Gozen, which, you know, I like both of them, so it's okay, but I already have them at a decent NP rank. I think Lancelot's NP 5 now, god. Still no Herc, by the way. God, that'd have made it worth it if I could have got another Beowulf or Herc Spook. And I got Yan, and I think it might have been another 4-star that I forgot about. But yeah, I got quite a few 4-star Spooks before I got her. Dude, I was so pissed, dude. Because I do like Calamity Jane's gameplay and all that, but, you know, her design is it's not great. So it's mostly for gameplay and the fact that she's super rare, that fun gameplay that is very unobtainable, you know, anytime you want, right? Like, you're probably not gonna have a lot of shot at it later. So I wanted to get her, you know, up and running, but fuck, that was so shitty. All right, let me think. Who's got the heal boost right now? Hopefully no one, so I don't have to search for command codes for 3 hours. Keep getting 5 stars like they're nothing. That's another one! I just wanted Beowulf! God, and I got, oh my god, dude, 4 stars have been screwing me over for so long now. You know, not Virgil screwed me over, Beowulf screwed me over, you know, Calamity Jane has screwed me over. I think there was one other 4-star I went for too a little while ago. Like, I've not been going for any 5-stars in so long, and it's just like, god damn, dude. Alright, the one absolute is we definitely do this. Like, no, these two for sure. And I guess we'll do Aya on the Buster card, which is probably on somebody. You get crit, and she should be critting, and then you also get the defense removal, so that's good. I wonder what's better, the heal boost or moving an attack up buff? I always forget which one that one is. Is it the pink flower, maybe? Let me look, I can't quite remember which one removes. Yep, it's the pink flower. I'll try that and then just like the heal. Surely it's not equipped anyway. There we go. Okay. Dude, in her bio, it says she has a normal gun, right? Like Billy. But you just don't get it in gameplay because fuck you. My foam finger laser gun, though. That's tricky. What do I go with? Star Bomb or Stars per turn is really good for her because sometimes it lets her hit that breakpoint on Star Gen. So I get the battery, but I think we'll do that. Just especially because it's level 100, so. Yeah, you've got a little while before the free command code swap. You don't have, the thing is, it kind of works, like, the way they did it kind of worked out, because in the early days of command codes, you don't have that many command codes, right? So it's kind of, you know, about who you pick and which ones you decide to give them to, and it makes them kind of special and everything. And then as time goes on, they add so many command codes. All of your favorites can have command codes. And then so you're so used to everyone having command codes, and you kind of want the right command codes for the job, and so you want to switch them. So it kind of, the way they ultimately did it, I think worked pretty well. Cause like in the early, cause like right now in NA, there's just not that many command codes yet, right? Although I think they should have probably done the free respec a bit sooner than they did. I think they did wait probably a little too long. Do I just waste a heal here? Probably. Yeah, now these gotta fix the fucking UI. Look at that damage. Oh boy. Okay, not amazing opening hands, but good enough to get the job done. Wait, is that emote gone too, Rex? Why are all the good emotes dying? But didn't Naro up? Didn't he put all of his like original emotes on FFZ? And there's just anybody can use them. Although I guess that would mean I would have to add them, wouldn't I? But I'm pretty sure he did that. Okay. What do we do here? Overwhelmingly, you would normally do quick, because you want to make a bunch of fucking... Like, we have... Oh, this sucks, dude. I need to remove that defense buff, but I also need to make enough stars to get the evade. This is really tricky. I really, really wish she didn't cast Imperial Privilege there and then land every fucking buff. Like, if she cast it next turn, it wouldn't bother me, because I'm free to kind of use whatever cards I want next turn. But on this turn, that's just awful. If I don't make enough stars here, I'm in so much trouble. I almost want to not in P, but that's so bad. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Oh god, we didn't even make 20. That's a no-go. That is so fucked up. That is so fucked up. By the way, that's why she's so nasty, though. Like, look how quickly she can just end your existence. I might need to switch the command codes around. Like, maybe put the because I don't actually need, I may not actually need the star bomb on quick cards, because if you really only need that if you're going for 50. And what you do is you try to NP like on a break bar, so you get the overkill star gen and stuff. But we don't really have any need for that here, so I might actually get rid of the star bombs. Literally the same hand as last time. Thanks, game. Now, if she casts Imperial Privilege this turn, and we happen to get our Buster card next turn, that would work out as well. Or if she could, you know, just not land the defense up, that would be great too. Or, you know, quick charge, fuck you, okay, that's great. Seriously, if she doesn't Imperial Privilege there, I could have removed both of the buffs this turn. Apparently Calamity Jane is Samus, because, you know, she does the whole roll in a ball thing. Okay. Maybe I should have drained there, just to get the attack buff. Yeah, I probably should have done that. Whoops. Because the attack buff would actually be pretty relevant right here. I don't really think Samus is very cool anymore. I thought Samus was pretty cool back in the day, but ever since Brawl and on, I think they completely ruined that character. Like, you know, in Metroid Prime 1, she was pretty cool, right? Like, the original concept of the character was pretty cool. But then as soon as Nintendo got involved again, they just killed that fucking character, and they made Other M. They made Other fucking M. Like, that's not very cool. As dumb as Calamity Jane's fashion sense is, Calamity Jane is definitely cooler than, fucking Other M, dude. What the fuck was that game? Okay. Dude, I absolutely should have drained, though. Oh my god, that was such a mistake, not using my drain. I'm gonna go with the crit chances. I know, right, Rex? And now she's gonna get invulnerability, but we've got Pierce invulnerability, so that's nice. My god, you have to work for that effect, though. It's really cool that she gives her teammates a battery with that skill, but not applicable in a solo at all. Feel like the heal may not be too relevant here. And if it was, see, I really messed up by casting invulnerability when I should have drained. Because then I could have already healed, and it'd be out of cooldown, so I could heal again. Or now, why is it showing the fucking Samsung Dex bar? Anyway, yeah, healing twice is like might be enough to save you a turn. We're only healing once, probably not. Hey, she's getting the she's getting the player experience right there. That's how that goes on the player side. Fuck you, Cleopatra. I'll take that. It is so rare that you see that on the enemies, man. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. We're one turn on this. Ah shit. Oh boy. Maybe I should have gone full NP gang there. Maybe in for a bad time. I tell you, man, if she was level 100, NP 5, all that, she would be such a disgusting unit. Like, the way her third skill is, if she's got, like, the survivability that just lasts a little bit, and she can always get it off twice with her NP, I mean, that is just crazy. But yeah, I don't think we have quite enough survivability here. But this is what I'm talking about. If I had not made that misplay earlier, I'd be able to heal again right here. So I could get up to, you know, like almost 4,000 health between the other two heals. So I think I really messed that up there. You know, I guess what I should have done is that was a huge misplay on my part. I should have done Star Gen last turn. I should have gone full Star Gen last turn. And I would have been able to get the evade, I think. I think I would have won if I did that. Fuck. I'm an idiot. Well... maybe she'll double buff. That's about the only hope we got here. Yeah, I think this is winnable for her. Very tough though, but I think it's doable. And even with my misplays, I think she would have won this time if she was as upgraded as like, because we use Virgil, or not Virgil, excuse me, or Sitting Master, you know, they're 100 and B5, blah 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 blah. If she was 100 and all that nonsense, she probably would have done it on that attempt. I think she won next turn. Yeah, that's definitely beatable. That's impressive for both her and Sitting Master though, because I'm telling you, that stage is fucking nasty, dude. I don't know what I would do with command codes in, because we got no value out of the 1k heal. Let me try that again and see if I can get more value. But I think ultimately it's RNG. Like that one, when you're right on the edge like that, normally the breaking point is going to be just getting good RNG here and there. I'm surprised though they didn't buff Space Ishtar or Calamity Jane. Just try to, you know, get people to roll. I could grill Georgeville, man. Oh god, please give me my command codes. Oh my fucking god. Nope, just noping right out of that one. Leo's ready though. You know, so if you want to take this really seriously, what you do, you know what? Because respecs are free, there's no reason not to do this. This is unlikely to matter, but it could. There we go. Not using the Yangtze, that's cheating. Like we know most units can beat this if they use the Yangtze, so there's not much point in doing it, right? Now I would use the Yangtze here if we were using someone that sucked, right? like a really shitty unit or someone that's like not grailed at all, like level 80 or 70 or something, and maybe that's okay, but like for everyone we've used here, that's so overkill. What are you talking about, Calamity Jane, Rex? Oh my god, look at her being meta! Let's see, I guess we do... I'd love to make those stars, dude. Oh my god, I'd love to make those stars, but, can't. Look at George, though, George. Leonidas, look at Leonidas coming through here. Okay. If I use the second skill now, the battery is going to waste. And the battery sometimes makes a difference, like hitting those breakpoints. But the attack up is certainly nice here. Calamity Jane is seriously one of the most, like... I don't even know, like, what it's like. There's a lot of things about the way they did her I'm not a fan of, right? Like the super over-the-top colors and the ridiculous gun and everything. But her gameplay is so good, right? And I don't mind the character, so it's like, it's a really weird, it's a weird one. I would have been so much happier if they had just given her a more serious design, like, for God's sakes. Why did I not cast this earlier? That's just unnecessary damage there. What are we doing? At least I got this baby heal. I think I still won't be quite at full health, but so her stage 2 is better in terms of the colors not just being insane. You know, taste the rainbow, but they're also like not really good colors anyway, even though they're more color coordinated. And because she's just straight up a cheerleader in stage 2, right? It's not like kind of a cheerleader, it's just straight up a cheerleader outfit in stage 2 and the colors and everything. And I'm like, it's not great. So there's no winning, man. We need a break here. I would love to do the other heal, because we gotta get enough health back over a few turns to survive another turn. But I really wanted to crit. I mean, Ishtar is pretty flexible. Really, the best way to use her comes down to what kind of supports you have. So, like, it's pretty much what it is. Like, whatever your best supports are. You know, once Castoria exists, she works the best with that, just because Castoria is, like, so good at the whole loopy thing, and she's inherently art. So, that's generally the best. But if you don't have Castoria, but you have Scatty, then you do that. And, you know, it just depends, right? But she works pretty well with, you know, even just Waver, for God's sake. So, it's pretty easy to get decent value out of her. But if you're trying to, like, min-max, you're trying to min-max your NPs, then generally Castoria is the way. Okay, Oh, she removes her debuffs too, I think, when she, you break her health bar. Nasty, nasty. But like in some challenge quests, right, you might be going for more like, you know, crits and things like that. So even Merlin sometimes is really good for her. So it really just depends on your own options. what if you're doing challenge quests specifically, it's kind of what the stage calls for. Do you need more survivability? Then yeah, that kind of favors Merlin, right? But do you need more, you know, art bullshit than Castoria, or if there's a piercing vulnerability on the enemy team, it just stuff like that can make the difference. But that's good. It's good that she's flexible like that, and you can use her with, you know, all variety of setups. Okay, so I need to have enough stars to evade next turn. But I want to do this. But this would make more stars because it's a guaranteed crit. I mean... hopefully this is enough. Or just crit anyway, that helps, although I don't think it made any stars. And then that didn't crit, oh god. Should have done Buster. Oh boy. Okay, we're good. Just don't kill me. Thank you, crit down. Don't. Fuck you. God damn. Literally, if we hadn't died there, I think we would have won, right? Because then we were gonna get our evade again. We were gonna get our attack up again. All the shenanigans, and I think we would win in 2 turns. And the evade gives us 2 turns because we were gonna MP there, do a bunch of fucking damage, and then. God, that sucks. Also, I did the wrong thing. I should have done Buster. I needed to do the defense removal. I forgot. So, fuck. God, that sucks. So, yeah, she's like 1 turn off. And yeah, I want to point out, both of those runs, I think she would have won if she was as upgraded as not Virgil and Sitting Master. So, if she was all 2k foe, level 100, she would not have died on those turns, and she would have gotten the time that she needed. And she'd have been doing more damage that whole time. So... That's impressive. I'm serious because the number of only really the big boys have been able to solo this without using the aim CE or any crap like that. You know, your Kus and your Fujinos and all that nonsense. Yeah, there's a lot of big boy solo units these days. Crit down's awesome. Crit down is so good. I mean, why would it be? Okay, what do we want to do now? Maybe do a little bit of the event on this account just to catch up a bit. Dude, I got so destroyed by the rate up though. Oh my god. I cannot believe I used that much SQ. What the fuck? Thankfully, I don't think Lost Belt 6 is for a while, and honestly, I don't think Lost Belt 6 is even gonna have that much in it that I want. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll add the Green Knight or some crazy shit that are, you know, maybe Agravane or something, and we'll see. I'm always hopeful for Sir K, but that doesn't seem like it's happening. This might actually be the Billy fight, funnily enough. Yep, it is. Lol. I had no idea that I just happened to be on that. Alright, to make this harder, let's do this with a bad... we'll do default, right? So we can't deal with the gimmicks as well. I can pretty much guarantee you there are way more historical figures that do not mention fucking FGO than do. Because, look at how large the cast is! And it's just not relevant. Like, it's just not really relevant to real history in any way. Like, of course not. Besides, Calamity Jane in this technically isn't even, like, Calamity Jane from history. Like, she even says that's, like, the first thing in her bio, for God's sakes. Okay, I guess if you do it this way, we want to not break here. Which one am I gonna want? Probably Buster, because we're gonna want to do a lot of damage on that. We're gonna basically just end the next health bar. So I want to not break. Although, isn't his first NP when you break? Doesn't have Pierce and Vulnerability. So the one way it's okay to break is if you get your NP, but I might not get my NP. Yeah, I think we'll do this. I actually think I should have face tanked then. I think I should have face tanked and then invulnerability.
予言するよ。このサンダラーで眉間に3発。それで終わり。
I don't really like any of those Space Star designs. Like, the gun is so stupid in this form, and then of course she has a fucking katana because, you know, Japan, and it's just, it don't really work for me. Also, I don't even think it even matters. I dislike Rin and Ishtar so much. I am so biased against them, it basically doesn't matter what she looks like. I just so inherently dislike Rin. But I really don't like when you take like a Western, because obviously it's like space Western, right? But like, you know, Cowboy Bebop or something. But I don't like taking that and then, you know, katana, right? I just don't work for me. And if other people like it, that's fine, right? That's no problem. But all right, what are we doing here? I want to break, and then just win next turn is the idea. I have to be able to face tank this one. Guess make stars then? I think you can face tank 1 NP because the big one is the next one. Unless, I may have done it backwards because you make it. Yeah, no, I did it backwards. Yep, you need to face tank the first one and then don't face tank the second because this one's got the attack up. Okay, I thought that might be the case, but I wasn't sure. Yep, we're very dead. Okay, Belly. You deserve that. I'm telling you though, this is why Anniversary Blonde is the best, because then you just use her second skill for the first NP, and then Guts for the next one. But yeah, some people don't have. Or Atlas, right? You do Atlas because then you can face tank. The first two are you can block with invulnerability, right? But then that other one you can't. Yeah, this and this. I'm getting so confused because of the other account. Anyway, yeah, these two definitely are the easiest way to do it, but I want to see if I can do it with this one. Thing is, you can kill him. Like, there's literally nothing good about default here. There's like the evade does nothing on any turn ever. The heal does nothing on any turn ever. And yeah, the attack up can let you one-shot his second health bar, but so can literally every other thing, right? Like so can the Buster Up from Anniversary Blonde and that kind of thing. And you can, if you get your NP, you can one-shot it anyway. Why must she always miss the RDEP, by the way? Wow, okay. How the fuck are you supposed to do this without Anniversary Blonde or... I guess you have to one-shot without using your NP then. Like if you want to do it without Anniversary Blonde or without Atlas, because both of them work. But although I guess everyone has Atlas, you basically have to one-shot each health bar then. Because I like how it keeps fucking switching it back. It's trying to tell me something. But I didn't think you could one-shot you on the first one there. That's kind of fucked up. Yeah, with Atlas, you just, you know, evade, or you invulnerability the first one, you vulnerability the second one, and then you win before the third one. Because the third one's got Pierce vulnerability on it. Yeah, I guess stun would work too. Honestly, stun works fine here, though you have to use on the first one because he gets debuff immune. Although it might just be mental debuff immune, knowing this game. So now we don't even go for the NP. Like, not, fuck the NP now because ain't got time for that shit. She missed the Buster Up. That's actually really bad. Way to go, champ and team. I guess you could do Buster Art, because that would also break, and then you could probably NP, and then you're definitely killing him. This is a lot more reliable, though, if you, use other Mystic Codes. Like, it's like, there's RNG in this, like, there really is, where if the other Mystic Codes, there's none. Like, you'll win every time. Well, she literally lost because she didn't land her other buff, by the way. That would have done the damage there. But yeah, you absolutely can win with default, right? You can do it, but I don't see any reason to use it because there's just RNG in it, where the other ones don't have any RNG in it. And now with Anniversary Blonde, you can say, well, people might not have Anniversary Blonde, and that's true, but everyone should have Atlas. So now again, you can still do it with default, but you're gonna need to. Let me try one more time with default. I want to see what happens if you do Buster Art, and see if you get your NP. I hope I get unlucky though. I don't want to get the good buffs again. I want to try with Switch Mystic Code as well, just to see. I want to know if he's mental debuff or not. Although I guess it doesn't matter. You just done on his first health bar. Yeah, you could just not use the skill, but then you're hurting your NP gain. Like, that's kind of important. Although I guess we could not use it and we just pretend all the buffs miss, and then use it next turn to mimic the NP gain. That's probably fair enough. I'm literally trying to mimic the worst case scenario right now. Fuck, you're right, we don't have default. Fuck! Well, the thing is, we don't actually need to test it, because if we get our NP, everyone knows who would have killed, right? Your NP will obviously kill. So what we're testing doesn't even matter, right? We're just testing the NP game. If you don't land the art up, if you Buster Art, is that enough? The answer is it's not. But it's funny though, if you have the art up, it probably would be. Now see, we're gonna win anyway, because this Mystic Code is much better for this. But, yeah, we kinda messed that up there. I definitely like Anniversary Blonde the best though. It's so good for this. Oh my god, nope, he gets the Pierce of Vulnerability on that one. You know, honestly, if you don't use your head and bring a smart Mystic Code, you absolutely can lose this, right? Like, if, you know, you might not, you might just get lucky, you might get lucky, and you might play like an idiot and just get lucky with the high roll, the high-low roll, and landing your buffs and critting and everything, and you can win it and have no idea what you're doing, but you absolutely can fail that if you don't bring the right Mystic Code. I guess that's pretty nasty. So I think the two best then are, I mean, Anniversary Blonde is the best. Like, you cannot lose. You can get the worst luck on every single turn, and you will absolutely win with Anniversary Blonde because Guts is good. But I want to know if this works, because this one might also be like that. Now, I don't think this stun's better. Like, even if the stun works, there's no way that's better than Anniversary Blonde. Anniversary Blonde is just amazing. Because, you know, you'll never die with Guts. You just don't work that way. And then you get a giant Buster up and a bunch of stars. So you are absolutely going to kill him there. So not only can you, like, easily two-turn him, if you don't two-turn him, you get to go for a third turn, right? Like, there's no losing there. If this one should work as well, though. So I think like this, you get your NP. Unless I'm just crazy. Wait, no, I'm doing it. This is fine, but you gotta do it the other way around. That works totally fine, you just gotta do it the other way around. And it switch. Why is it switch my Mystic Code? God. This is kind of fun to mess around with. I wish they did more solo, like, story stuff like this, where it's, you know, 100% beatable if you figure it out. But there's just, you know, there's stuff to mess around with. But it's so frustrating that it switched the Mystic Code around like that. Wait, I guess you could do it with that too, though, right? For turn 1, use the invulnerability from the Mystic Code, don't break, and then use your, no, stun's better. Stun's better than that. Because it allows you to switch health bars. I know what it does. It's almost like I've been playing this game for 5 years. Like, chat, I'm not asking why, as in, like, how does it work mechanically. You think I haven't realized on my 80 accounts over the last 5 years that when they have preset parties, that it just doesn't just use whatever in your party 1 slot. You think I haven't figured that out, Einstein? I'm asking why, as in why in God's name is DW so stupid to program it that way, right? It's dumb that it does that. I have known this for a long fucking time. Alright, now we face tank the thing. But yeah, I think the stun is still worse because this actually takes like brain cells to figure out. Like you have to at least think, oh, I should stun the second one, not the first one, and then not break and, you know, get my own key. Where with Anniversary Blonde, you can just click buttons and win. Look at the amazing texture quality on the ground, dude. And like the rocks in the background, that's so fucking bad. Good God. Somebody backseating right now. It's amazing. Alright, well, we obviously win here because we have all the buffs ever and we can do a Buster and P-Chain. I want to do it one more time. I did it earlier today with Anniversary Blonde, but I want to show how busted it is. Like, you don't even need the NP, you hit the crits. Such a weird thing. It's really weird. Didn't even need the crit. Alright, let's do it one more time. I don't even remember which those ones are. The buff block one might work though. Although if he's debuffing you, it won't. Because then, oh, I guess you could put the debuff on him before. The game is so weird with some of that shit. Like some of the preset gimmicks, you know, can't be blocked, and some can. But then sometimes it eats the charge. Like, so it's so random like that. But yeah, default's a nice one to do it with because that's a Mystic Code everybody has. Or most people have Anniversary Blonde, but a few people don't. Let's see, what are the other ones that could be potentially useful? Anything that gives you a huge amount of damage would be good. I wonder if you can make the buff block work. I'm not sure. It depends on how the gimmick works in the second stage. I need to know if he's got immunity or just mental immunity. And all of these would just be shit. None of these would do any good. Like, these don't do anything that's applicable for the fight at all. Like, at best, they're just damage up, and then you can just use default. Like, the amount of damage is not the problem. Alright, I'll do the, I said one more, but I kind of want to do this one, show that it works, and then I do want to see if buff block works. Although the buff block one doesn't give you a survival skill, so it wouldn't matter. Like, it literally wouldn't matter and you would die anyway. So actually that one won't work. That's disappointing. Why are some Mysticodes bad? Because they didn't use their brain when they first... It's not even that they're bad, it's that they made the early Mysticodes too good. That's overwhelmingly the problem. Like, the big four are just so good, and they just have so much value that new Mysticodes rarely can match them. And you'd have to make something pretty busted to match it, and that's probably gonna be power creep and then so on and so forth. And for farming, sometimes you do use other Mysticodes, right? Like sometimes you just want the battery and things like that. So it's the big four aren't always meta for farming, but they're still really good for farming. And then I can't even remember like seriously, like myself, Ace of Hearts, the 1 to 2 star guy. Like when was the last time you saw them use anything other than the big four? And then it's that and occasionally the Hogwarts one. I will say the Hogwarts one makes the cut every once in a while because sometimes like that starting battery is like the complete make or break because of like, you know, you need a certain NP at a certain time and stuff like that. But other than that, there ain't much. Okay, let's see. I guess with this setup you could easily go for getting your NP, but I don't think you bother. Look, we didn't land the fucking Ardef again. I swear it's rigged on that one. For farming, all kinds of Mysticodes can be good. Like Ardef ones can be good to do loopy stuff. The Babylonia one can be good because you get the charge for that turn, and then it gives you gain for like more refund on that NP for the next turn, right? So that one can be good. The Hogwarts one obviously can be good. So a lot of Mysticodes that normally aren't that useful can be useful. And I don't know, I can't think of a farming stage that's ever done this, but if they ever made a farming stage where like the final wave, the enemies had invincibility or something, you might want to use the quick one that gives Pierce and Vulnerability. Because the quick up will be nice if you're doing like scatty stuff or whatever anyway. And then if you're not using Edmund, because Edmund has his own Pierce and Vulnerability, but you might not have Edmund, you might be farming with someone else, and then you could do that. But I don't think they've ever done that. I don't think they've ever made a farming stage like that annoying. Yeah, see, I am so likely to just kill him. And if I don't kill him here, if I end up not, somehow you don't crit or whatever, even though like you can always do Buster quick, and then just like, you're pretty much always gonna crit here. But even if it's a miracle turn where you don't crit here, and you don't kill him, you just have guts. And then you can go again, right? So I think this Mysticode is definitely the best one. Because it's the easiest for just winning on turn 2. It's so reliable for just LOL, I've killed you in 2 turns. And if you don't LOL kill him in 2 turns, you still got a safety net. We don't even need the extra attack for God's sake. Alright, we'll just move on. I don't want to bother with it. The buff block one wouldn't work. There's no way. It's funny, that and that Achilles stage are like the only two like solo stages they've ever done where you actually need to think a little bit. Do you think anybody out there did this event, either the rerun or the current one, doesn't matter, and they did that stage, right? And maybe they're newer or they just don't care or they're that guy, whatever. But they did that stage, they brought whatever Mysticode, they weren't even thinking about how impactful a Mysticode could be. And they did the boss, and then, you know, Billy did his thing, right, and just murdered them with Pierce Vulnerability, and Ishtar died. And like, oh my god, that's so cheap. You know, there's no way I could have survived that because she doesn't have any Pierce Vulnerability. And so all my Mysticodes wouldn't work. And then they just used command spells to res right there. Like, I wonder, I bet you somebody did do that. I bet you a few people have been like, oh wow, that's cheap. Gotta use command spells. I bet you that happened. They didn't even think, oh yeah, I could use guts or stun or try to 2-turn them. I don't think anybody. I'd imagine most people think of those things, right? But there's probably some people that didn't. But the thing is, some of those people would play that way. Some of those people would get lucky and just win in 2 turns. right? You can play that stage very poorly and just get lucky with like landing all the attack, all the, you know, art quick buster ups, and then actually getting like a random crit on the next thing, right? You don't have to do anything leaked to necessarily to turn that, right? Especially if you do at least use the attack up or something from a Mystic Code. Why would you? I can't believe you would need a pin message for that, because like I was literally like messing around, like we lost a lot there, but we were messing around really hard, right? Like really fucking hard, right? If you actually, you know, I can totally see losing it the first time you do it. Like totally, I can totally see that happening to somebody. Like easy. I think a lot of people probably lose it the first time they do it, just because. I bet it's pretty 50-50 though, because I bet you a lot of people just coincidentally brought a Mystic Code that works, or just coincidentally crit. So it's probably kind of 50-50 on if you beat it first try or not. But like, it's pretty obvious, like, oh, hey, there's some logical steps to go through to figure out what you need to do, right? It's not a big deal. That's crazy. That must be why, though, they always make the solo stages so fucking easy. Because if they're even just a little, if they just have a little gimmick, and you gotta think a little bit, have a little back and forth. If people bitch about it, then that's probably why they don't do it. But I think those stages are much more fun if they have like a slight puzzle element to them that you gotta, you know, kind of work out. Oh yeah, I'm sure I will say Caster Oratoria will get a second banner, but it's not going to be like the first one. The first one, they gave out so much free SQ and summon tickets that you were super likely to get her. The second one ain't going to be like that. Which I'm sure they're happy about because they want to make that money. So yeah, the second one you need to actually save up for if you're wanting to free to play it. Scatty gave out a lot of SQ when she first came out, but I don't think quite as much for new players. It was a lot if you were a vet, but for new players I don't think it was quite as much. Also, with Scatty, overwhelmingly a lot of people did not realize how broken Scatty was when she first came out. Everybody knew how broke, because the whole refund meta wasn't really a thing yet. The second Caster Ortera came out, people were so used to doing NP refund setups that everyone immediately knew, oh, she's going to be hilariously broke. I mean, everyone knew that immediately. Where some people kind of missed out on Scatty being a meta as fuck. And then they had to go, you know, they were like, and then they used that SQ on other things, right? I mean, that would be smart. The smart thing to do would be to release someone popular before her, then put her out again, because everybody that just happened to not get her or started playing after, right, or didn't realize that she was good or is probably going to roll, right? Aside from, you know, people that don't care about those things, but because some people don't care about meta farming and all that nonsense. This is just a whatever stage. Just bring someone that has bonus drops, really. And before nobody has bonus drops equipped right now. Good enough. Let's see. I should actually bring a team with bonus drops. Let's see. The wrong button. Does these story stages still drop bronze and silver a decent amount? See, guys, they're gonna add Butch Cassidy, right? They're gonna add Butch Cassidy, right? And then they're gonna give Calamity Jane a costume so she looks like a normal gunslinger and is like a normal gun, right? And I can have 3 units that are all like actual gunslingers, right? Like they're totally gonna do this. Hey, Ari. Like we're not living in a dream world right now. God, I can't. The reason I have this many CEs pisses me off so much. I'd have been so much happier to have not had any of that happen. And just not have these CEs right now. That'd have been swell. God, dude. If you want to go fast, you do that, but I don't really care. We're just sticking around right now. Get some Mori Bond in here. There we go. Please stage drop bronze mats. If this stage drops bronze mats, I'm gonna be so happy. What do I need to level? I guess I need to level that actually. It's okay at 10. Yeah, Ari, I got destroyed today. I was like, I'm gonna just roll until I get 1 copy of Calamity Jane. And it took 25 summon tickets and like just over 700 SQ to get 1 copy. I'm so fucking mad. I got Karna though, which that I'm happy about. But I got Karna, I got Space Ishtar twice, I got Zerkerlot, I got Yan, I got Suzuka Gozen, and I think I got another 4-star that I forgot about. Was not happy, and I probably should not have used that much SQ, and I kind of regret it. But at least my Calamity Jane's good now. Too bad she looks like a fucking, you know, clown show. What I should have been smarter with the things that I was doing on turn 1, because these guys actually have a lot of health. Yeah, getting 2 Space Ishtars, that I kind of lost my shit on that one. Guys, we're gonna buff block him. Got him. Look at that. Got him. Like, what's he gonna do now, huh? He's so screwed. He can't give himself, I don't know, crit up or whatever. I don't even know if these guys have a buff, to be honest. That was a turn. I guess they just debuffed then. I never even thought to use her with Mori. I wonder if that's enough Star Absorb to make that work. Alright, let's see if we can be fancy here. Oh good, they're dropping bronze mats. Amazing. So much value for 5 AP. 500 SQ, NP2 tank, no Fujino, yep. I know somebody that was going for NP5 Fujino, and they've been saving for a long time. And they did get her, because they had a fuckload saved up, but they got NP5 Voichiki, you know, the tank first, which, like, how does that work? It's because, though, they didn't get, like, any spook 5 stars, and they did get spook 4 stars, so... Dude, I like how I got Canis. I got Canis to MP5 and like 540 SQ. And then 700 SQ and I get MP1 Calamity Jane. Like, I hate the variance on 4 stars. And if you do like simulators, that's how it is. Like it's actually what you expect. And like the short term, it is so easy for it to be really extreme one way or the other. Because it's 50-50, you absolutely can just like win that coin flip a couple times in a row and you're good, right? Because getting 4 stars isn't rare. That's the thing, it's not. Because in that 700 SQ, I got a fuckload of 4 stars, right? It's just most of them were the other 50%, right? You know, I got, you know, Zerkerlot and Yan and what was the other one? Yeah, Suzuka Gozen and all that, right? So like, but then you could win every coin flip, but then you've got, you're already got like a million Calamity Janes, right? So 4 stars are so annoying like that. Now, obviously, when you start rolling big and you get a lot of fucking SQ in there, of course, you're gonna get those coin flips going the other way eventually, but yeah, when you do like, you know, 300 to 500, 600 SQ, you kind of, like, seriously, if you run simulators, you'll see it. You so often were like, oh, in 500 SQ, I got a fuckload of the rate up 4-star, awesome. And then also, like, I got 0 of it, right? Like, you see that all the time. Like, fucking 4 stars, dude, they're infuriating. Because at least with 3 stars, their rate up sucks, and their variance can be big too, but because you pull 3 stars so often, the variance is more like, you know, 100 SQ to 300, you know, maybe 400 SQ, right? Where the variance on 4 stars is just insanity. Like, it's just fun. I mean, again, 700 SQ for 1 copy, right? It's just, it sucks. Where 5 stars, the variance is much lower, but the pull rate is really low. So that's kind of what they did with that one. How did GSSR go? I don't even, oh yeah, what did Noob get? Oh yeah, Ziggurat, right, Ziggurat, which is pretty good. Not the destiny of, you know, what Noob deserves with Edmund, but yeah, it's still good. I would have been so happy if Noob had gotten Edmund, though. That would have been some justice right there. I always say that if you're trying to get a 3-star, you know, you actually want to save up, you know, a good chunk. You don't want to throw 100, 200 at them and think you're going to get them. You generally want to go like 300, 400 to try to at least get them at a decent NP rank. I'm going to be right back. I need water. Going through it really quick there. How much SQ do you have saved up, Noob, before I go AFK? Is that what you did? Because that takes a lot of heart, but I want, did you like fail miserably and then just instantly start saving up for the next one? Because that's like, that's the That's like the willpower route right there. A lot of people just like start rolling on whatever when they fail like that. Yes, yep. Oh wow, that's good luck. All right, I'll be right back. I may have forgotten my water, my water cup. Excuse me. Okay, so I think I may have just picked the least meta route to like accomplish the very few tasks I needed to accomplish there. That is not how to get around a house. That was a terrible turn order. Absolutely pathetic. Okay, what are we doing this main story still, I think? No, not meta. I didn't 3-turn, chat. God, my playlist is so fucked right now. Need bonus drops here. I'm gonna bring like 1 extra silver drop boost because it could happen. Hey, thank you, Imaginary Folklore. Thank you for, that's a good name. Thank you for the Twitch Prime, dude. Or Prime Gaming. I don't know if there's a difference, but I appreciate it. I'm enraged at the amount of CEs, dude. God, fuck. Stupid, man. Trying to get 1 4-star. But look, this, okay. I was about to compliment this man, but so he did the underscore to separate the 2 words, but there's still no capital letters though. So you gained some points, but then you lost some other points. Oh god, I didn't pay attention to the enemy classes. Uh-oh. This might actually go kind of poorly. We'll see here. Wow, chat did not care for that, and now I made him cry. Oh my god. Chat, please. It was totally reasonable criticism. Actual monster. Chat's like, how's that the thing? Out of all the shit that comes out of my mouth, how is that the thing that causes riots? Like, how is that the limit, right? Hey, you have to give me this. You have to at least give me this. I have integrity because I shit talk anyone. So many people, when they see like a name in chat that says something stupid or whatever, and they have a sub badge, they won't shit talk them. I don't fucking do that. You come in here and saying some stupid shit, bets are off. Because those people never talk because you bully them. I feel like I could have been a lot more meta with my units here, but it's working out. Why does she have pom-poms? Why would you even carry those on you?
Okay.
I feel like chat is in a constant state of shaking their head at me, and I'm in a constant state of shaking my head at them, and that is how Twitch is meant to be. So I'm not gonna lie, I was always planning on grailing Calamity Jane, but I was not planning on doing it anytime soon. The main reason I did it was because I was so mad that I used so much SQ that I felt like it was like the only way to make it feel like not a complete waste. Like I wanted the big value boost now because I'm like, otherwise I feel like I just threw 700 SQ into the bin. Thankfully I have a lot of grails on me, so I still have plenty left over, so it's not that big of a deal, but god, dude. Yeah, that's my hope. I still got 1,000, which when you look at how little I got out of 700, you start to question that, but I'm hoping by the time it hits I'll be alright. And yeah, I don't know, maybe they don't even add anything in Lost Belt 6 that I want, so then I'm gonna regret not rolling on a few other things in the past. Now, if I could just get MP2 Tesla, I'll start building Tesla. I would never bully someone for over who they grailed. I have principles. You know, I will go way out of my way to articulate why I do or do not like a character. But I never give a fuck if someone else, you know, likes something I don't like. I literally do not care. I think it's dumb to hate on somebody because they have a different preference than you and things like that. It's stupid. Like, by all means, like, I'll articulate why I think Mev is dumb and stupid and a bad, you know, piece of shit. Can't even handle a piece of cheese. But if someone like Mev's my favorite character, good for them. Great. I hope you get them NP5 from 5 summon tickets. Like, shit. Okay, we did not really bring the right bonus drops for that stage, but there's no way to know. You know, I'm trying to think. If he did a Tsukihime collab, would I want anyone from that? I guess it depends. I don't mind the... I can't remember anyone's fucking name in that. Other than Shiki. And the only reason I remember Shiki's name is because it's the same as the other Shiki, right? My other Shiki's actually cool. But yeah, the blue hair chick's fine. Some of the antagonists are fine. But I don't think they'll add the antagonists because they're cowards. I don't really care about Arc. I definitely don't care about the main character. Like, I don't mind Arc. Arc's okay, right? I don't like hate her, but she's kind of there. I'm like, you know, all right, she's fine, but I wouldn't really care to get her. And if they added other Shiki, I whatever. Like, I don't care. Yeah, Naro, I would say his name would be cool. I know the MC is Shiki. Out of everything that just came out of my mouth, why would you think I needed to know that? Like, literally, out of every word that just came out of my... Like, the one character I said I knew was Shiki. I didn't even say the guy with glasses that really hates chairs, right? I didn't say that. I literally said his name. Yeah, I think the welfare would be Shiki. I mean, honestly, I think there absolutely is going to be a Tsukihime collab. Like, they even said years ago that they wanted to do it if they ever finished the remake. Like, they fucking said that. Now, the question is it going to be in a timely manner? Maybe not, right? Like, we don't know about that one. But I think absolutely there's going to be a Tsukihime remake, and I completely think Shiki is going to be the welfare. And then, yeah, probably Arc 5-star or something like that. I hope we at least get one antagonist. Like, they're so rarely when they do collabs do they bother to add antagonists, but like, come on, like, who doesn't want some antagonists, man? I don't know how to feel about the remake. I guess it depends on how they do it, right? Because there's some stuff in the original that I like, and there's a lot that I don't. And like the cast has never been like super up my alley, and then the antagonists don't get any screen time, so not much anyway. So we'll just see how they do it. Like, if they improve a lot of things, then I might really like it. But I kind of expect I'll feel roughly the way that I do about the original, but we shall see. Fucking chair, dude. Can we come on, let's get that middle chair up. That middle chair is only behind by 2 votes. That's the real chair right there, is the middle one. Let's go middle chair. I tell you, like, the only Type Moon work... Now, there are certain things that Type Moon has collabed on and advised on that I think are very good, like Fate Zero and Fate Strange Fake and stuff. But for their body of work, the only story that I just absolutely like, and it's not like give and take and there's like good and bad and blah, the one story they've made that I'm like, yes, I like this, is K&K. That's like the only one. All their other stuff, it's like, you know, Fate Stay Night, really like the characters are done great, but the plot is garbage. And, you know, a lot of contrivance bullshit that I just do not care for, and the pacing is so trash. Oh my god, the pacing in Fate Stay Night. You know, like, all other stuff is, like, got some real... And god, the fucking sex scenes in the original Fate Stay Night. I guess they're not really in it anymore because they removed them in the other releases, but oh my god, they're written, like... They're, like, written by a 5-year-old, man. Like, not even a 5-year-old, like... It's like they have no idea what they're doing. Like, they have no idea what they're writing. And it's just like, why is this here? And there's no point. There's no point to it, right? All of the sex scenes in Fate Stay Night serve, like, no real purpose for, like, you know, like, the characters at all. Like, it's oh my god, just... Everyone complains about, you know, the CGI dragon in Dean Stay Night. And I'm like, dude... CGI Dragon is so much better. It's so much better. Like, please come back. Give me the CGI Dragon more. It's way better than any of the other fucking sex scenes. So at least they got rid of them, though. They don't exist anymore, so. Oh, God. Anyway, we're doing main story still? I think we are. Gib bonus drops. So I really should work in a Saber, but I want to get Bond on these 3, so I'm not gonna. And I still bring in this piece of shit Mystic Code. Well, there is so much inflation going on with these votes because of the channel points. The middle chair is actually losing now by 10 votes. I don't even remember what the CGI dolphin looked like. Like I don't even remember. But because it was a movie, it was probably better CGI. Well, basically, so I think a lot of people have confused a lot of stages of development for Fate Stay Night. So originally, Nasu was making Fate Prototype, which wasn't named at the time; it was just named Fate Stay Night at the time. But you know, to show the difference between the two, right now one is called Fate Prototype and one's Fate Stay Night. But so originally, Fate Stay Night was Fate Prototype. And then, you know, their editor was like, you know, we should change these things around for sales and blah, 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 blah. And so they kind of restructured some things, and then you got Fate Stay Night instead. And then after it was pretty much done, they decided that they needed to add in sex scenes because they didn't think it would sell without them, which is funny because I think it sold in spite of them, very much so. Very much so. But the thing is, they had no idea that they were gonna... like, at the time, they were like the best-selling visual novel to date, right? And there's no way that they thought that was going to happen. And, so yeah, and Nasu didn't want to write them, so he didn't write them. And that's why they feel so, like, shoved in there, out of place, just, like, you know, chopped in, right? Because they're, like, patchworked into it, and that's why they're trash. But, yeah, so really, Fate Stay Night was like one of the few visual novels that actually gained attention outside of people that just wanted, you know, sex scene stuff and so on and so forth. And yeah, they just didn't predict that, right? Because that's the problem I've always had with visual novels. I think visual novels are a really good way of telling a story. I actually think they're great because you get a lot of the benefits of writing, like reading a book, where you can like explain inner thoughts and blah 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 blah. And there's also just this is a known fact with the human brain, where when you're like into a story and you're reading it, it's like more immersive. It's just how the human brain works, right? Like but then you can still have music and voice acting and you know, visuals here and there to kind of clarify, you know, points and you know, and then like the music is a big one. Like adding music can be very good for that kind of thing. But I think visual novels have used their medium horribly. And I swear to God, I am not insulting anyone that likes like romance visual novels or dating sims. That's all fine. I don't care. There's nothing wrong with that existing, right? The problem is that that's like 99% of the entire medium, which it's like, why though? Imagine if books were literally nothing but like the action genre. That doesn't make any sense, right? Like you can, it's such a broad medium that can tell any story, right? That there's no reason for it to be like that. And the reason it is mostly like that is they've gotten better in the last like 5 or 10 years or so. Really, because I think some of it's because of Fate Stay Night that there's more to visual novels than there used to be. But I think the reason that happened was just because, just coincidentally, the people that kind of pioneered that, you know, form of storytelling, that they just happened to, you know, put it in that genre, and that's what got popular, and that's where the following came from. So anyone that made something in that style wanted to, you know, leech off that following, if you will, right? And so because that was such a known like demographic that existed that you could make money off of, no one wanted to be the guy to try to make something different, right? And so nobody does. And even today, although there's more variety now than there used to be, but there's still not that much. And again, I have no problem with like romance and dating sims if, you know, people like that's fine, and those exist in, you know, every other form of storytelling too. It's not a problem. It's just, you know, it's kind of sucks to me that you have this entire medium that is you know, 95% that, when you could do so much more with it. I mean, they have been branching out, just slowly, right? They have been branching out, but very slowly. And you have games that aren't full, they're not technically visual novels, but they're using the same format, if that makes any sense, right? You've got like games that just aren't visual novels, but like they use a lot of visual novel techniques in their story segments, right? They're games that have gameplay and everything else, like they're, you know, pretty much normal video games, but their story segments use a lot of visual novel aspects. You know, like Blaze Blue, for example, does that, and a lot of that has got, because those games can know they can get sales through their gameplay. You know, they're able to tell almost any story they want, and that has kind of shown that visual novels can do whatever they want. And so you're slowly seeing people do whatever they want. And again, I don't think the romance stuff needs to go away. It's fine. It's just, you know, variety good. Yeah, it is true that it does kind of, you know, prevent people from even, like, getting into visual novels or knowing what they even are about and that kind of thing. Okay, it's just these three. Well, I guess Mori is the most important to murder the Lancer because, yeah, we don't really have a way of dealing with that. We're about to have a bad time, I feel. And before I lose this, hopefully not.
Okay.
The thing is, like, and maybe it's just because, you know, different people have access to different technology, but like for me, it's so easy for me to use any type of technology that I want, you know. I don't care about, oh, I'm on my PC, so I want to play this style of game. I'm more like, I'm in the mood for X, so I want X. And then my preferred method of, you know, interfacing with that is just whatever, right? So it's like, if I'm at PC, it's like, oh, I don't want to read anything. I don't, to me, there's not much, like, I don't, if anything, I'd prefer reading on PC over an actual book, although I don't know if I have that much of a preference there. But, like, if I want to read a story, I don't care if it's if it's at a book or on PC, because I'm probably going to be sitting in a chair either way, right? I'm either going to be sitting on a PC looking at my computer screen, or I'm going to be sitting in a PC looking at my phone screen, or I'm going to be in a chair looking at a book, right? Really not a big deal, right? Like for me, it's not that relevant. Like so the interfacing part is more of like a necessary thing you have to deal with, but I don't. It's not important. Like it's certainly not important to me. All right, let's see if Mori can crit here. Get like so much star absorb here. 50-50, when has this ever gone wrong? Okay. Although, really, I should be using Billy's stuff. Like, I should have NP'd with Billy so long ago. This is so risky what I'm doing right now. And none of that crit. And that didn't crit either. Okay, yep, that's fucking fantastic. How did how did no one crit there? How did we had all that crit up and nobody crit there? Like, what are we doing, champs? I think I might lose this because like it's because I didn't commit. I didn't commit to, okay, get Billy's NP or get the, you know, I was kind of half-assing everything. And so we didn't do a lot of damage to the Lancer, but we also didn't do, you know, we didn't get anyone's NP in time, so we messed that up quite a bit. Although I think our back row's got coup in it, so that's a help. The main thing is we have nobody to deal with the Saber because all my archers are going to die. Dude, it's crazy if I fuck this up. If Billy kills here, we'll be fine, but he might not. Oh, now you crit. You couldn't do that last turn, champ. That guy could have already been dead and not done like 1,000,000 damage to everybody. Yep, there we go. Let's see. God, this is bad. I might seriously lose this, dude. That's insane. Doing the attack down because I wanted this guy not to kill Calamity Jane. If Calamity Jane can get her NP here, We'll probably be fine. Actually, we'll definitely be fine as long as she doesn't die. Fuck, should have given her the Merlin command code. So I needed them to attack Calamity Jane once, and of course they didn't do that. Oh my god, really? This is so stupid right now. So we might still win. It would just take so many fucking turns. That would just take so many fucking turns. Oh yeah, we definitely would have won though because we had Castoria in the back. Okay, Mori was so fucking bad here. Like Mori just did absolutely nothing. Hopefully they have gold drops. Okay, I think we'll be fine now. I like how the boar, like, only his front hooves are on the ship. Like, his back ones would clearly not be. Alright, this is a million times better. This is so much better right now. Honestly, I could have used Mordred's second skill and just completely fucked one of them up, but I don't think I need to. Let's see how much damage you can do here. Although I should use Mordred's art card. That's disappointing. Could have done a. Let's see how much he did to the Lancer. That would have been pretty cool. All the crit buffs and got, I think, a 50% event bonus. Okay, well they're all dead now. Easy peasy. Alright, I think we'll wrap up there. You know, this event's kind of slow anyway. Yeah, Twitch, and here's the thing, I'm always, like, I'm big on you separate the art from the artist, right? And there are limits to that, but Twitch is very much the opposite, so yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that they remove or don't add on or whatever. Also, you know, the ban some of the most basic language out there, but you know, it's I like how I can't say it. Like I can literally get banned if I say it, and it's such a nothing word that I could go outside in the street and start yelling and would never get in trouble for it. It's so dumb. Yeah, oh god, please let's not get into politics right now. I love that anytime people bring up that Twitch just banned a bunch of silly words, everyone asks for what words when they just said that they're banned, right? Like, hello? Alright, boys. If I stream tomorrow, it's gonna be completely up to, you know, how sleeping goes. I honestly have no idea why I feel better today than I did yesterday. I don't feel amazing, but I don't understand it. I slept so badly. I woke up so many times because of my breathing problems. But for some reason, I feel kind of better today than I did yesterday. Like yesterday, it was really hard. But like today, it's not that bad. So who knows? Maybe it just hasn't caught up with me yet, and I'll feel really bad tomorrow because of how I slept tonight. We'll see. But who knows? Maybe I'll get a good night's sleep and we'll get back into business. But anyway, peace out, everybody. Good luck with this piece of shit event. And oh, is the NA random thing? But is the NA event over yet? I don't even know. I haven't been keeping up with it, but I know it's like near the end. But I'm sad I don't get to do the challenge quest because no, it's not over yet. I wish I had more time to play NA because I liked that challenge quest. It was very fun. And apparently I never posted my video where I used Proto Coup, which I'm kind of pissed about. And I could have done that on NA, but I'm not going to catch up in time, so I'm not even going to bother. It's not over for a week. That's a little tempting, but I got to do fucking Saber Wars, so. Anyway, peace out, everybody. Have a good one. We'll raid Kadroth real quick, because he's playing some FGO. Looks like he's doing Saber Wars right now. And there's like, he's literally using triple Ishtar, because why not? Alright, boys. Later.